Hello, is this thing on? You guys hear me? Hello, hello. We still got another probably 12 minutes until they start. Hello, is this thing on? You guys hear me? Hey, Pops, if you're tuning in, just make sure you go to his profile page and reload it. I guess I guess you can't do that if you're not watching it. Yeah, we got another. This is the. I'm streaming the PGF's page that's live right now, and this is just what they have up. So when they start, be ready to go. Travis is in Las Vegas right now, competing in the PGF, which is a 5-day gauntlet. I think each opponent has to grapple 12 times total, and then based on their performance, the top 8 get to grapple on Saturday for an extra $20,000 on top of the individual team prize, or the prize the team gets, which is it'll be $20,000 a piece. I don't know how many's on a team though, so I'm not doing math tonight. I wish they would at least play some music instead of just having a blank screen. I mean, if they're gonna have anything live, they just might as well do it. These, I'm pretty sure these names are not um, this ranking. Oh, it sure is. It's the draft order. Never mind. I watched the mock draft last night, and yeah. I watched the mock draft, which is just a couple of inside people to the PGF, and they had their own fake draft to place these players into certain teams. There was teams of I think it's 4 teams. I think it's 4 teams. So 20. Yeah. So it's going to be 5 people on a team, I think. But Travis, he He was third up on the pick, and I think he had the highest initial bid on himself as far as like points goes. Each team gets 10,000 points that they can use to bid on each player. And I think he had the most. He ended up going for like 3,100 points, which had been the highest, and I think it's the second highest overall. But like halfway through the draft, they ended up making a swap. So one of the teams ended up selling Travis for 4,700, I think, which he had already been beat at that point by like highest bid. But him getting sold for 47 had put him in the lead. Now, one of the team members held out, and the guy that actually sold Travis ended up with 9,100 points.
Season 6 of the Professional Grappling Federation was massive. In just 1 year, the PGF went from a regional jiu-jitsu show to a historic event for the evolution of BJJ. Change is in the air. The legends gathered in the fight capital of the world to bear witness to the history in the making. For the first time, UFC Fight Pass hosted the world's first jiu-jitsu league. And this time, there was over $100,000 on the line. The season of grappling starts with the draft. Each coach will draft 5 players in the live auction. The highest bid will receive the athlete. This is where friendships are tested and rivalries are formed.
Thank you, Daniel.
Once the teams are set, the season can begin. Every athlete has 12 matches in the regular season. The goal is to score points for your team and for yourself. The only way to score points is by getting a submission. Any choke or kill is awarded 6 points. And any joint lock or break is awarded 3 points. The top 8 scoring athletes will make it to the playoffs. The playoffs are single elimination, with only one man left standing.
Oh, look at that knee tap.
The PGF is the most fan-friendly grappling event that exists. Modeled after the NFL, the PGF has Jiu-Jitsu's first ever fantasy league, where fans can create their own teams and compete virtually for money and bragging rights. The PGF is everything you love about sports, plus Jiu-Jitsu.
That's your slogan. Everything you love about sports, plus Jiu-Jitsu.
Welcome to the PGF world, where the art of Jiu-Jitsu meets the thrill of competition. The returning warriors are here to reclaim their thrones. Multiple-time PGF world champion Elijah Carlton, Season 5 runner-up Kamoy Anderson, PGF veterans Travis Thomas, Fedor Nikolov, Cam Hurd, and more. All back and ready to leave their mark in Season 7. And don't forget the top scorer from Season 6, Davis Asari, is hungry for more. But this season begins a new weight class. 205 pounds brings new athletes to the PGF proving grounds. Ryan Aiken, CJJ champion, ADCC veteran, looks to prove why he deserves PGF gold. IBJJF silver medalist and CJI veteran Adam Bradley joins the fray. And ADCC, CJI, and EBI veteran Kyle Bohm booked his ticket in the Nashville qualifier. And we can't forget about Jiu-Jitsu standouts Kyle Chambers and Paul Ardea. These athletes are ready to shake up the league and leave their marks in the PGF history books. It all goes down in Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world, starting November 3rd. The world's first professional grappling league, PGF World. It's everything you love about sports, plus Jiu-Jitsu.
There it is again. Everything you love about sports, plus Jiu-Jitsu, folks.
Jiu-Jitsu is more than just a sport. It's a lifestyle. It's about community, love, and respect. And that's exactly what Epic Roll stands for. When you wear Epic Roll, you're part of something bigger, a global tribe of grapplers that are all connected from their love of the sport. Our gear was created by black belts who know exactly how important comfort and durability are when it comes to your training gear. We know once you try Epic Roll, you'll see exactly what the hype is all about. Don't just do it, be epic.
The bullfight critics, ranked in rows, fill the enormous plaza full. But only one is there who really knows, and he's the one who fights the bull.
Apparently this stuff is supposed to be super good. The Once Upon a Coconut. I don't know if it is.
The Door Traffic Miner is a simple way to earn crypto. There are 3 easy steps. Step 1, buy a DTM. Step 2, place it in. Brought to you by Door Technologies, made possible by Constellations Network.
New hope is there for fighters and their families. You are not your diagnosis. New hope is changing the fight game. Heal faster, fight harder, compete for longer. New Hope Regeneration. Hope lives here.
Hey Jack, let's get an audio check. How do I sound? I sound good right now? Is that better?
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths.
Yeah, if I'm too quiet or the stream's too loud, y'all let me know. I wasn't
Requires
able to do an audio
nutrition.
check.
This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in salt electrolytes.
Dang, they
Salt
have
targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Hey, it's people. I think they're lagging a little bit. Like, I thought it was me, but I think it's stream is too loud still. Okay. I'm going to pull it down a notch. Now yell at me if it's too quiet. Nothing's happening right now, but I guess something's happening in 40 seconds. I feel like a creature. I have 3 screens open with like 18 different windows monitoring 8,000 different things. Just in my little den. Sounds better? Cool. Like I said, just let me know if like things go crazy. If you can't hear me or if it's too loud. See what these jabronis got to say. Just kidding. We got another ad. Let's go. PGF. And no audio. Yeah, their stream doesn't have audio. If I'm paying for... Oh, I thought I heard something. Go earn your salt.
What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rap Esparza, coming to you with another great installment of the
Dude, I had
Bullpen, a
myself.
joint
Yeah,
venture
right,
of
dude.
Inside
They need to give me
BJJ
that
and the Grappling
moolah
Hour.
before
I have
I'm
to tell you,
advertising for these
the mood,
folks.
The atmosphere here is eclectic. People are excited about today's PGF season. It kicks off today at the draft. We thank you for tuning in. We hope that you are having a great day. And yes, we have a long week of festivities. But let's not waste any time. Let's get to some co-hosts here.
I'm
Let's go
lagging.
first
I don't
to
know
my
if I'm
very
lagging
good
or if
friend,
their
one,
stream's
Tim
lagging,
Freeman.
but
Tim,
can
how
y'all
you doing,
see
sir?
that? Can you see that, Jack?
Fantastic, man. The chandeliers have been lowered. The mats have been rolled out. The white couches have been set. It's PGF Season 7. Let's go, Raph. I'm excited.
And also joining us today is one Kevin Sherrill. Kevin, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really looking forward to a week of the PGF where I don't have to risk a dang thing. I can just talk shit and have a fun time with my friends. This is going to be a great time.
Well, we're glad to have you over on this side. So welcome, handsome Kevin Sherrill, to this side. Gentlemen, we have a lot to get to today, but before we do, I just want to say something real quick. This tie is brought to you by your championship Los Angeles Dodgers. So thanks to them. Appreciate that. And, you know, things run championship-wise here in Los Angeles. But also in Las Vegas, a lot of fun stuff happening because your PGF champ is addressing you right now. So I would like to say thank you so much for all of your love and support here, people. It does mean a lot. But let's get straight to the actual broadcast in itself. Let's go straight to the board.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that.
All right, gents. We have a lot to get to today, but the first and foremost thing that we have to address is how does this all work? So I'm going to come to you, Tim Freeman. How exactly does this whole beast work?
So it's draft day. We are going to have a random order in that it's not a ranked list. It's been published. It's a live auction draft. Coaches are going to pick their players.
All right, cool. So it's not me.
There can be an
the
intentional
lag is not
walk.
my
If the
fault.
player's not picked, they may get
streaming.
pushed to the parking lot, and they
they're
get
streaming
to
off
them at the
YouTube
end.
right now.
And
So
question mark if there's
sucking
going to be
right now.
trades. I think that discussion was on the table. I'm actually not positive about that. That might be up to the minute breaking
We'll
news.
deal with
Rap.
it.
Thank you for that, Tim. And I do notice we just lost the feed for one handsome Kevin Sherrill. We'll fix
Oh,
that
no,
here in
they're
a
in
second. I
shambles.
was going to go to him. Instead, I'll just tell you this. So, yes, we are doing things a little bit differently this year. Instead of doing
Hey,
an
there's
organized
Travis
draft order where
in the
people are
back.
picked according to their seeds, we're actually
Right
going to be going
there.
a little bit out of
I don't know
order,
if y'all
which is
can see
going to
my mouse, probably
provide
not.
some major strategy moments for the coaches. And I'm intrigued to see how it's going to play out for a number of the different teams here. So I would love to see how people are going to be picking when the number one potential seed may actually be the 20th person on the block. So just as a heads up on that one. And, you know, Kevin, you've actually been on the block. What did it feel like to be somebody who was essentially being auctioned off, sir?
It's extremely strange and surreal to look someone like Hodger Gracie or Jean-Jacques in the face and be like, yeah, if you could put like a number value on me, what would that be?
Yeah, that is
It's
pretty
a little
nuts.
bit odd. I don't think most
sounds good.
jiu-jitsu guys are used to pitching themselves as valuable. They're used to physically putting their hands on you to show you how good they are. So it's a strange experience for a lot of people. I'm very interested to see how this draft order plays out. It's created a new skill curve for the PGF, and we'll see how these coaches figure it out.
That's great to know. Thank you for that. Let's go to our next topic on the board. Our next topic is surprise. Now, what I love about surprises is that there are things that you can't see coming.
I have no clue what's going on right now.
Oh my goodness!
Surprise!
Is this a surprise for me?
Oh, wow.
The PGF champion of fantasy.
This guy.
I
This
told you.
guy.
Hey, B-Mac
Oh.
always delivers. Always come through.
He does. Oh my good. I think I'm just gonna.
The guy that's announcing right now
I don't wanna
got
do any
that
more
belt
show.
because he won
Kevin, have you
last
won one of
year's mock
I have a
draft.
handsome belt at my house.
A handsome belt. Okay, that's
I've
almost.
also won the PGF.
So
once
Brandon, that
with
guy that
Team
just
Toho,
handed him the
Team
belt,
Toho.
is the
you won as a
commissioner of
group,
the
as- you know
PGF.
what I mean?
He's
I
actually
want it
the
individually.
head
Should
coach
I
at
just-
Travis's gym in
Guys, it's
10th
way
Planet
difficult to do.
Decatur.
I'll just do the rest of the show like this.
Raph won it individually with no help from anyone else.
Zero help from any other human being.
Congratulations, Raph.
Thank you so much.
It pains
Thank
me
you.
to see that belt. I have belt envy very bad right now, but I have to congratulate you. You did win, and it takes a big man to admit that.
Well, thank you for that. I'm glad we could do this like adults. Speaking of which,
Is that the one that goes to my house after this week?
so you
Or
think
do
that
I
you're
get a
going
new
to win.
belt?
See, I don't know how this works.
So
Nobody mentioned any
Kevin
belts.
looks
Last year,
like
I just
he's
upped my
on
ante when they said there was a belt. This year, nobody said
the
there was a belt.
right
We'll see what
side,
happens.
or
But this belongs to me.
the
Forever
orientation
now.
that they have these
Anyways,
guys
this
is
is
funny.
so
It's
much
tripping
fun.
me out.
I don't forget what the show's supposed to be. Who will be this year's surprise? Okay, I guess that's a question. All right, I'll open up to you. Kevin, who's going to be this year's surprise in the draft?
We're close enough that I can say it. Nobody seems to know who Ernesto Rivera is, and they are going to find out this year. It's going to be very interesting. I think Ernesto's a top 10 pick, easily a top 10 pick, and I don't think that's generally
know
what
if I
I've
know who that
been
is.
picking up from the atmosphere at the PGF. But he's not here for no reason. It should be an interesting time.
Thank you. Not here for no reason. I think I got the double negative. It means he's here for a reason. Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. So sorry.
Guys that go for a lower value than what we're expecting in the draft. That's happened in every draft that I participated in this last couple weeks leading into it. There's always big names, but because that order is not the same in a rank, it allows the coaches to kind of play with it, and you might see some guys go for a low dollar amount.
Thank you, Tim. This just looks so good. You know what? This is the worst thing they could have done for me, honestly.
We don't have much time.
We have all the time in the world. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What's happening, Kevin?
First
Right
time.
on.
First time.
I have 5 of those in my
First
room.
time.
They don't say PGF on
It's
them.
so
They got other.
Yeah, I've won national championships in speech. I don't know that you've ever done that.
Did they give you a giant belt?
That
would be
They gave me giant trophies.
That's so
I have a bunch of medals and giant trophies, and people are like, yo, what you? I was like, yo, I was a national champion, fam. Anyway, yes, I think that is good. I do want to get to our next topic, which is news. Now, here's what we're trying to put out here, and I do want to ask you guys, because I generally don't know anything. I've been here getting this stuff ready, but I'd love to bring it to you guys. Is there any breaking news? Tim, you seem to suggest there might be some breaking news for us to analyze here.
I think there is. There's a couple things. One is there's been a massive run on chocolate flavored Once Upon a Coconut. You cannot find it in the building. People showed up demanding for that drink. They're almost out already. 2 is there's been a lot of good buzz about Travis Thomas. I've heard a lot of good things said about him to the point where
Travis!
he's like, hey man, it's kind of making me a little bit nervous now. And then the last thing I heard, don't know if this is true, one of the owners is actually offering an additional bonus on top of the team prize if his team wins.
Can we confirm that? Do we know that?
I can't confirm it, but the amount that's being thrown around is $5,000, which,
Wow.
hey man, that's enough. I'll take it.
It's almost a bounty in itself,
Yeah.
but it's like the coach is basically saying, here's a performance bonus. So I'm excited to hear that. Kevin, have you heard any other breaking news out on the streets?
Yeah, I think that the breaking news has to be one of the alternates pulling up the mink coat. That man's going to go for a lot of money just off the style. He's rocking it. No shirt, mink coat, jeans. He's got some energy. I think that's breaking news.
So I'm so sorry. There was no shirt but a mink coat. Who is this?
Absolutely. I did not catch his name. He's mysterious.
Okay, we will come back to that a little bit later because
I did see that dude weighing in with the coat on.
Yeah, with the coat on.
Yes.
You know what he told
So that's
us?
interesting
We were
that
sitting around talking. He was like, "Oh yeah, they
I'm gonna
called me
mute
like
this
2
for a
days ago.
second.
I figured I
That's interesting that a coach being one of the teams, obviously that's going to be competing. They're offering an incentive to their players. So, like, man, these guys, they're going to be fighting. Every day there's going to be a freaking battle, multiple battles. It's going to be crazy. I mean, literally, this is from Monday to Friday of nothing but jiu-jitsu, and then a finale on Saturday. It's freaking crazy. Turn the volume back up.
And you need somebody who can motivate your guys. You can't pick the match order. That's randomized once the teams are set. So you don't know who your guys are going to go up against when you draft them. So you have to draft for particular attributes that you're looking for in a team that will strengthen your team.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Tim. I appreciate that. Kevin, what else should coaches be looking for? Again, as somebody who's been in this process before, what was it that you saw they were looking for, and what do you think they should be looking for?
Coaches need to look for breakers. They need to look for guys who are going to win the shootout. The story of the PGF is almost all finishes by leg locks. You do see a variety of other finishes that are not off the table. But you need people who are going to win the shootout and force the other leg lockers to play a game that they're not comfortable with or risk damage. Last year, Jed Thompson, everybody was scared of that matchup. We had David Evers back in season 3. There's always somebody that people are scared of. And if you can get enough guys on your team that can win the shootout and force other people to play a different game, you're going to win.
I think he's 18. He might be 17.
Gentlemen, thank you for going through those series of comments. We'll now go to our next one, which is gems.
Crazy.
Now, here's a question that I have for you guys. When we advance this and we look at it, let's talk about the gems that are out there. Let's talk about these PGF Season 7 alternates. And if you could do me a solid here and go on over and talk a little bit about them. Is there any alternates that we need to be aware of? Kevin, I'll start with you.
Abraham Lamontagne. He is absolutely by rights should be in the regular roster. That's not how it plays out every year. We're not worried about that. He's a steal in the alternates. He is dominant. Again, we talked about breakers. He cut from, I think, 240 to get here. He's a new wave prospect. He's very, very good, very dangerous. I think he's going to put up a lot of numbers if he sees mat time.
Thank you for that, Tim. Do you have any gems that we need to keep an eye out on?
I think Kevin nailed it with Abraham. I'm also looking at Gabriel Checo. There's a few grapplers on the list that are really talented grapplers that could be easily on the team. I think he's one of them. Sam Schwarzkopfel's got quite a bit of experience lately. He's been getting out there a lot. He's experienced in this format. You're probably going to see him out there at some point. We know injuries are going to happen. We know alternates are going to step up. It's just a matter of which ones are going to really show out.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much for that, Tim. Let's go to our next topic, which is this. So Tim previewed this a little bit earlier, but it's the idea of walks. What exactly is a walk? I'll start with you, Tim. And why is that important in an auction draft?
So a walk is when an athlete comes up for bid and all 4 coaches take a pass on him at that time.
That happened a lot
they're
during
not
the
ready
mock
to
draft.
spend on this particular person at this particular moment.
3 or
that
4
will drop
people.
that player off the list down to the bottom, and then they'll circle back to that player at the end. I think it's going to majorly impact how this shakes up because the order of the draft changes as you start walking, guys. And you better have money when you get to the end if you want to get one of those guys, or you're going to get defaulted.
Thank you for that. I'm going to go to you now, Kevin. Same question.
A walk, you're going to look at positions. Kimoy Anderson is going to get walked. You're going to, because he comes up right before Travis and Elijah. You got to look at Fedor is going to get walked because he comes up before Kyle Bain. A walk is when people skip. And when you start looking at guys like Kyle Bain, guys like Elijah Carlton, Ryan Aiken, I think Dory might be in danger of getting walked. Cam Hurd might be in danger of getting walked because they're coming up before those big numbers, and people are going to want to save their budget. They might bid low and try and get them in a steal, but then you're committed. I think we're going to see 3 or 4 walks this season. It's going to be those guys. Phenomenal athletes.
I still don't even know who the teams are. Like, I think last year one of the teams
Gentlemen,
was Black
we're getting
Rifle
down to our
Coffee
last
Company.
area, and I do want to ask this. What is the
Epic
general
Roll?
layout that is happening here on the show? So we obviously have the show, and we also have some kind of interesting developments from this season to last season that have changed, at least for the production. So I'll start with you, Kevin. What is the difference for this year in terms of the layout, and what does it look like and feel like here?
We have less dogs available as collateral damage. That's unfortunate. I hope they trot them out for the mat time, and we can start evading them like we're playing Minesweeper.
Thank you for that, Tim. What other things did you notice this year is different or that the layout includes here for people at home?
Well, one of the new things is we have Mr. Egghead set up with his own table running analysis for the fantasy sports, giving stats. This guy is a machine. He's basically my chat GPT. He's Egghead GPT. I just send him queries, and he sends me back information. You're going to get a lot out of that guy, so look for him this season. Beyond that, it feels much like last year or last season. The anticipation's high. People are dressed to the nines. There are less animals, figuratively, but there are some animals here. So
yeah, there are quite a few dogs in the room.
There are definitely a few dogs. Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Here we go. I do see a couple comments in the comment section, and that takes us to our gallery. We'll get into some other comments, but I do want to bring up this. I do see a note here that says there's no way Dory gets walked. I don't know if anybody understands what will happen here. There's going to be stuff that you don't think is going to happen that will for sure happen. So please come into tonight with a little bit of whimsy and a little bit of curiosity. I know we have some. And I see, yes, we do appreciate that. And in case you guys are seeing some lag on the mics, we will take care of that within the next day. But let's get into some of the comments that we saw in the comment section that our team here put together. And let's go to our first comment. The first comment that we saw come up on the streets where people were talking about it on the overlays settings, good sir. Should be comment number 1 on the group board, and then we will get there. And it says, put the belt down, Raph. No. Did you win a belt? No, I don't think so. I get to keep this for as long as I want. This might be in the post show, too. This might be here every single day.
Yeah, all week.
So this was a note we saw that says, it looks great except for the couches. Pit alley or cage would be better for the viewers than the athletes. So let me just say this.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you were here, but when the couches hit, it is very, very, very nice. It's very classy. And I will tell you this. Listen, we've already started with our first pit comment. I just want to let you guys know it's a different beast. Maybe there will be a pit in the future, but we need to find a way to make it more accessible, especially in a smaller audience. Let's go to our next comment.
We'll fill that.
It says, Mr. Strongbro, do you mind reading this one, Kevin?
Yeah, I'll be in bed at 9. I guess I'll catch the replay.
And then the next comment is this thing working?
It's like, what thing are you talking about,
you hear
buddy?
I have no clue.
I don't know if your thing's working.
Let's go to our next comment here. Tim, you take this one, sir.
This is, I've got 100K on Adam Bradley. I know you're talking about
do what?
PGF bucks.
Yeah.
To do what?
I got 100K. I got 100K on Kevin also.
It's on him. It's physically, I
You
put
know
it in a
what?
backpack. He's wearing it.
I got 100K on you too, Raph.
Thank you. Thank you. Look at it. Oh, my goodness.
And I got 50 on the belt.
Oh, man. You can try. But I will tell you this. Asim, thank you so much. He said I was best dressed. Listen, bro. I mean, I think the belt does a lot of heavy lifting. Let's go to our next comment. We got 2 more left. And I'll take this one. And it says, let's go to this one instead. First grappling event in history to have 3 coral belts. Hegan, Jean-Jacques, and Carlos. That is correct. And then Pedro Sauer as well. So, ladies and gents, we're not short on talent here.
Yep. We are in the company of giants.
The comment here says, I'm talking real bucks. From who and where? I don't want to
do
know.
what?
I want to see who's putting this up. Like,
Who's taking that action?
I'm not taking that action.
Who's he betting?
I'm going to go talk to Paul. Paul might put 100K against that.
Listen, gentlemen.
Let's get 100K going.
I do want to say this to you guys at home. This is just the beginning of a week long of full festivities. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and pay attention. We are going to wrap things up here, but stay tuned. The draft is coming up, and then as soon as the draft is finished, you will see your friends back here. Tim, Kevin, your good guy Raph, your champion Raph Esparza, and we will be back for the official post show. But if you guys really want to see some great action, you want to keep it here all week. On behalf of all of us, it's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.
That damn belt.
So the PGF is just like any sports
All right,
league.
there we have
We
it.
just do it with jiu-jitsu. Everything starts with the player draft. We take 20 world-class athletes and we split them up into 4 teams. Each team is led by one of the most legendary athletes in jiu-jitsu history. Once the teams are established, the regular season begins. Every athlete gets 12 regular season matches. The matches are 6 minutes long, and in the PGF, you can only win via submission. If you win by choke, which we call a kill, you get 6 points towards the playoff. If you win with a joint lock, we call that a break. you get 3 points towards the playoff. If the match goes to a draw, both athletes get 0 points towards the playoff, and any submission that you land in under a minute gets an extra point. The team that accumulates the most points during the regular season splits $100,000. The top 8 scoring athletes advance to the PGF playoffs, where they have a chance to become the PGF champion and win an additional $20,000.
The bullfight critics, ranked in rows, fill the enormous plaza full.
So there's the rule set. That's how it's going down. They're playing an ad, so I'm just going to turn it down. I honestly don't want to hear it. Yeah, man. I really hope that the pressure's not going to get to Travis. He was labeled as the dark horse. And they're his name's running through the ranks right now. So it's great news. I just hope he's not going to be too hard on himself. Our boy's got it, though. Dude's a beast. He's been working so hard. We'll see. This is one of the partners of
Try Epic Roll. You'll see exactly
the PGF that bought into it is Epic Roll.
Don't just do it. Be epic.
That's the I think the guitarist for Five Finger Death Punch, Zoltan.
PGF World is back inside the Combat Sports Capital. We're at a secret location in Las Vegas, where 20 grapplers are said to be drafted upon one of 4 teams, all with one common goal in mind. That is cashing in on a potential $100,000. Live from Las Vegas, this is PGF World Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut. Hey everybody, I'm TJ DeSantis along with the commish, BMAC, Brandon McCatherine, and tonight it is all about the launch of Season 7. BMAC, it's everything you love about sports, plus jiu-jitsu, and oddly enough, the draft might be my favorite night, and there's no jiu-jitsu.
That's kind of the craziest part. We've put together something I think is actually really exciting and fun to watch, not just for jiu-jitsu fans, but if you're into regular sports, you're going to really like what we got going on tonight.
Absolutely, it is very much a traditional model about sports and team-based sports and combat sports. Very hard to do, but you've done something really unique here. And of course, just like every season begins in regular stick and ball sports, it starts with a draft. We've got a draft tonight. Let's take a look at how the draft works, because it really is unlike anything else you'll find in combat sports.
It's totally unique in combat sports. Just the idea of team concepts, that's not totally unique, but I feel like we've stumbled on, well, we didn't stumble, let's be honest. We worked really hard to put together a format that makes a lot of sense and awards the team and awards the individual. So a lot of times with team combat sports iterations, the team doesn't really end up mattering that much, but the team is the big prize here, $100,000 to the winning team.
And it's not just a sort of figurehead type of thing with the coaches involved. They have to have strategy. And yes, while that strategy plays out over the course of a week long of matches, the strategy really begins tonight.
Kind of makes it hard to
The strategy
keep attention
starts
because
tonight,
of all
and
the
the
lag.
storylines start tonight. One of the great things about having a season is that we get to learn about these athletes, and we get to see the highs of their glory when they win, and we get to see them crushing in defeat when they lose. Here's the way the draft works out, TJ. You want to kind of like walk us through this a little bit?
Yeah, each coach has a salary of $10,000. Each athlete must receive a minimum of $100 to be put on a team, and then our bidding, it's an auction-style draft. An athlete will come up, the bid will start at $100 and must continue to incrementally go up by $100. 5 athletes on each team. The coach with the highest bid receives that athlete. And we've seen it in our mock draft this year. It got pretty crazy. We'll see if it gets crazy tonight. But like I said, the seed of a season, it starts right here with this draft. And I'm curious, did you see any of the athletes buttering up the coaches at all?
I definitely saw some of that. Yeah, I definitely.
Dadgummit.
But some of these guys like really matter. Like maybe Pedro Sowers in your lineage, or Hodger Gracie's the guy who really inspired you to be a great mount player or whatever. So definitely a lot of buttering up going on. Something that wasn't in the graphic there that's going to be a really important part of the draft, and I think this is a huge story tonight actually, is that we're going to have a draft for the alternates as well. So when we get through all 20 of the regular roster athletes, we're going to have a supplemental draft where they're going to choose 2 alternates to be on their team. And the alternates this year, I think, are going to be more important than ever. Last season, we had 6 out of the 8 alternates got playing time. One of those alternates left with a lot of money because he ended up on the winning team. But this season, there are some serious athletes that are in the alternates list. A lot of times our alternates are like, oh, let me see who wants to just come hang out and spend a week with us. And this season we got real athletes, even a couple of athletes with wins recently over people that made the regular roster.
I've heard the term here at PGF called dunking on your opponents, and I don't,
Dunks, yeah.
I don't know if there's necessarily easy dunks in the alternate pool, and if there's dunkers in the alternate pool,
There are.
who knows what's going to happen should they get in the main season?
Yeah, you got the Mountain Abe LaMontagne hanging out in there, Davison Souza. Like, there's some real players in the alternates, and I believe that whoever does the best job drafting the alternates is going to actually have a huge advantage when it comes time. Maybe day 3, day 4,
Right.
those guys are going to see some game time.
People don't understand what the gauntlet is unless you've experienced it before here at PGF. Let's talk about our coaches, because we have a returning coach, a guy who's really into it. We saw it on the documentary. Dean Lister's back, the boogeyman. He's here not messing around either. He's one of the most intimidating coaches, I think, and he kind of looks it tonight, too.
He looks super intimidating
Dean
tonight. He's got his
Lister's one of
arm
the
wrapped up in a
coaches.
sling. He's got a giant black eye. He's all scratched up. He took a big injury, and he's got his sling. He's got a black belt.
It's a black belt sling.
Yeah, he's got his arm wrapped up in a black belt. Dean was awesome last year. Like, unanimously, every single person that we talked to, from the staff to the athletes to the fans themselves, loved having Dean Lister be a part of the PGF. And so he was actually the very first call that we made when the season was over.
And speaking of returning coaches, Hodger Gracie is back. I mean, if you're one of these athletes, I don't care who you are, the idea of being drafted by Hodger Gracie's got to feel pretty special. You got to be holding out for that a little bit.
Dude, Hodger just beat me
Travis-
up for 4 rounds yesterday. It was
Travis
one of the greatest
doesn't
worst
even really know
experiences
who
of my entire life. He's-
Roger
wouldn't
Gracie is.
beat me up for 4
Which
rounds
neither do
yesterday.
I,
It
but
was one of the greatest
he's-
worst experiences of my entire life.
Apparently he's a huge
would-
deal in jiu-jitsu.
Like, be surprised to find out that he's actually
Respect to him.
truly incredible. He's magical, and he's a genius when it comes to jiu-jitsu, as you can imagine. I would love to just sit and spend the week having Hodger observe my game and watch me and
Hodger.
give me tips. Man, he's a real genius on the mat.
Did you do something to deserve that beating?
I'm just absolute legend. He's been responsible for so much of the growth of jiu-jitsu in the United States. Coral Belt, and he's got a whole team of legends over there with him.
Right
He's got
on.
Mika sitting there with him. And then Carlos Machado is actually on our board of advisors. Carlos was chomping at the bit to try to get on as one of the coaches. And when I found out that he wanted to be here, I was ecstatic. So for me, Carlos is one of the most pivotal figures in the growth of jiu-jitsu in North America. Like, basically all of Texas is like Carlos Machado country. So, yeah.
We'll see how those coaches fare tonight with the draft. We talk about how PGF is everything you love about sports plus jiu-jitsu. It's also all about the fantasy game, and we're stepping up the fantasy game this year a bit as well. Even in our very own program, we've got a whole fantasy team.
Yeah, we got a whole squad over there. A couple of familiar faces. You're used to seeing Egghead on the broadcast with us, but we gave him his own section of the broadcast because he's just brings such valuable insights, and he's got a pretty interesting guest over there.
Yeah, a familiar face, but not exactly the face you might think it is at first look, because he's got a twin brother who's pretty notable as well.
He does, but for me, this is my Anik right here.
I like that, our Anik.
This is our Anik.
Yeah. Should we go over to the fantasy corner?
Let's do it. Let's
right.
go to our Anik.
Standing by is Jason Anik and the man with the 20-pound brain they call Egghead. Guys, take it away.
Whoa.
Plus jiu-jitsu. I don't know if you know much about sports without fantasy, and nowadays fantasy leagues are everywhere. I'm learning so much sitting over here in the last 30 minutes. Egghead, dropping knowledge. You said 20-pound brain. Just talk to us. You wouldn't believe the stuff this guy has in terms of projections, rankings. I'm blown away by this guy's analysis. Talk to me. What have you built this year?
So basically, for every athlete we have, I have a player info sheet that I've given to all the staff here. I've noted every major tournament they've won, every matchup they've had against any one of these competitors ever, and also have hyperlinks for all their matches. Just all the stats projections for the year, who they're going to go against, how many kills and breaks they're anticipated to get, an analysis of both the PGF power rankings, but also, more importantly for us, the fantasy. Because
holy crap,
PGF, they care about kills and breaks. And
is he going to track how many
but for the fantasy,
deuces they take?
We also have points for takedowns. If they get a takedown, your fantasy manager that put them on your team, you get a point. If they get a mount,
I'm going to play the fantasy. I just got to figure it out first.
So there's going to be a lot more
I haven't
to think
really
about for us
seen
fantasy
what it's going to be
managers.
on.
Again, that's just another level of
Could just be ignorant, but I don't.
Something more to think about. It's real lots of fun.
Well, and just fascinating. They got this whole site built out, so there's going to be opportunities to join. There's a free option. There's a paid option. Tell us a little bit about just an individual day and what you can sort of place and, on an individual day setting up your lineup.
Awesome. So,
did I miss what the fantasy's called?
Global right now.
What is the fantasy
and
called?
can log in, register, and each day they will have their own somewhat of an auction draft. So every day, every fantasy manager will get 140 credits or points to be able to spend. They're going to build the best team of 7 they can with that. And the prices for the first day are all going to be 20 points per player, but then each day it's going to change based upon how well they do. If they get, 2, 3 kills, man, that guy's going to get expensive really quick. But every fantasy manager has to put together the team, and then however many points they get from kills, breaks, Lamborghini points, takedowns, taking the back or mount, that all goes towards your fantasy team. I also forgot, if they get hit for stalling, if they're running away, that's going to take it away from your team. That's going to be a -1 point. But every day you put together your best team, at the end of the day, we're going to find out who the fantasy manager winner for that day is. And then we're also going to keep track of that. It's going to reset every day. So every day you build a new team, and whoever has the most points at the end is going to be the PGF fantasy champion.
I love it. So not just opportunities for the guys competing, opportunities to compete for you, the fans. So get involved with it. We got a lot more coming at you from this desk. We'll get it back up to you, TJ, running the show up in the boss table.
Jason, appreciate it. We are proceeding with our draft here tonight. It is the start of Season 7 of PGF World, and excited to have both Egghead and Jason here. I think Jason's going to watch so much jiu-jitsu this week in Las Vegas that he's going to go back to Florida and probably tap out his brother, John.
I hope so. I hope it goes down like that. Yeah. We need our Anik to be the champion.
Yeah.
So
let's do it. All right. You ready to take a quick break, come back, and kick off this draft?
I'm ready, dude. Let's get this thing going.
All right.
I'm anxious, man. I'm really ready to get started.
All right. PGF World Season 7 starts the draft right after this. Live from Las Vegas, you're watching PGF.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body.
Dang.
Nothing casual.
We're almost an hour in to the draft.
All effort, all focus. It
Hasn't
takes
started
a lot
yet.
from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in salt electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
That's a clever name. Salt.
The Door Traffic Miner is a simple way to earn crypto. There are 3 easy steps. Step 1, buy a DTM. Step 2, place it in a doorway at a home or business. Step 3, collect rewards in crypto for the data you provide.
Are you freaking kidding
Join
me?
the revolution of datapreneurs mining real-time foot traffic data around the world.
That's crazy.
Brought to you by Door Technologies, made possible by Constellations Network.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that.
And their families.
Read up on
You are not
that.
your diagnosis. New Hope is changing the fight game. Heal faster, fight harder, compete for longer. New Hope Regeneration. Hope lives here.
Jiu-Jitsu is more than just a sport. It's a lifestyle. It's about community, love, and respect. And that's exactly what Epic Roll stands for. When you wear Epic Roll, you're part of something bigger, a global tribe of grapplers that are all connected from their love of the sport. Our gear was created by black belts who know exactly how important
That's all
comfort and
done,
durability
the,
are when it comes to your training gear.
There's bass
We know
and
once you try Epic
guitarist
Roll,
of
you'll see exactly what the
Five-Finger
hype
Death
is all
Punch.
about. Don't just do it.
Welcome to the PGF world, where the art of jiu-jitsu meets the thrill of competition. The returning warriors are here to reclaim their thrones. Multiple-time PGF world champion Elijah Carlton, Season 5 runner-up Kamoy Anderson, PGF veterans Travis Thomas, Fedor Nikolov, Cam Hurd, and more. All back and ready to leave their mark in Season 7. And don't forget the top scorer from Season 6, Davis Asari, is hungry for more. But this season begins
He's
a new
part
weight
of,
class.
Team New
205
Wave.
pounds brings new athletes
New
to
Wave.
the PGF proving
That's
grounds.
the
Ryan
team
Aiken, CJJ champion,
Gordon Ryan is
ADCC
on.
veteran, looks to prove why he deserves PGF gold. IBJJF silver medalist and CJI veteran Adam Bradley joins the fray. And ADCC, CJI, and EBI veteran Kyle Bohm booked his ticket in the Nashville qualifier. And we can't forget about jiu-jitsu standouts Kyle Chambers and Paul Ardea. These athletes are ready to shake up the league and leave their marks in the PGF history books. It all goes down in Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world, starting November 3rd.
Ooh, I can't wait. Can't freaking wait.
The world's first professional grappling league, PGF World. It's everything you love about sports, plus jiu-jitsu.
We're back here in Las Vegas, the site of PGF World Season 7. BMAC, any final thoughts before we get the official season started with this draft?
I think I guess just my final thought is I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's been watching this and supporting the PGF and what we're trying to do. It's really important to me to have your support, to have the love that everybody in the community has been putting into it. And I hope you guys have as much fun with this as we're about to have, because I think the draft is one of the coolest parts.
A year ago, we were in a small church in Alabama, and now we're at a place in Las Vegas. I can't even tell you the secret location. It's so hard to get into. So.
Yeah, my life's getting weird, dude.
You've always been weird, but now your life matches. All right, time to kick off our draft. Standing by to welcome our first athlete to the block. It's Bobby, both of them. Stephen Aiken.
Welcome, everybody, to the Season 7 draft with the Professional Grappling Federation. This is the first step towards $100,000 and the first move in the making of legends. This
Here we go.
Every grappler's journey begins tonight. The first athlete up is four-time ADCC Trials champion and contender for the most handsome grappler in the PGF, Paul Ardea.
Come on, stream.
Paul, it's great to have you here, man. Come on over here a little bit closer. Tell these guys why they should pick you for their team.
Well, I mean, I win a lot.
Gosh.
I'm a commission hunter.
I wonder if that's awkward for those guys.
The last time
I'd be so awkward.
Pretty much the only time that I've taken any else is just kind of points. That's pretty much it, man. I'm here to win. Whoever I end up with, pretty much it. I mean, we're gonna win.
Are you gonna finish #1 at the end of the season?
Oh yeah, man. Of course. Why would I say anything else, man?
I love it, Paul. I love it. Have a seat, man. We're going to get this thing started. Okay, coaches, we're going to get the bidding started for Paul at $100. Does anybody have 100 for Paul? 200. 500. 600 for Constellation. 800 for First Forum. 900 for New Hope Regeneration. That's what I'm talking about. This man's worth at least $1,500. Pretty easy.
Oh,
for
you're
First
crazy
Forum.
coming with 15.
Y'all got a lot of money left. You heard it from him himself. He's going to kill people. He doesn't get beat. They can't outpoint him here. What's the number? Egghead?
1,500.
1,500 going
It
once.
just started, Jack. This is the first guy. Paul.
2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, Pedro out of
2,000
nowhere.
New Hope Regeneration. How bad y'all want it? 2,200. First form coming strong.
Gosh, it's
2,200.
so laggy.
They said 22. We need at least 23. 23. 23. So we need 25. We need 25 from you. You guys are out once. Anybody else? Twice? Nope. Sold. 24. First form. Congratulations.
Hodger Gracie getting Paul Ardea, our first athlete signed up on
Again,
his
sorry
team.
about the lag, guys. It's
First off, I like the athletes selling
Nothing
themselves
it's
to the
not on
coaches,
my
and
end.
you know, maybe he added some value, BMAC, because slowly but surely that price kept creeping up.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick, man. Paul, absolutely one of the, you know, I don't want to reveal who I thought were the best guys, but he's definitely one of my top 3 guys.
top 3.
I would
BMAC
have
said
spent
top
quite a
3
bit of my budget
guys.
to make sure that I
Huh.
landed Paul on my team. That's a great choice. That went for 2,500. Is that right?
Yeah.
2,500 to Hodger. That's awesome.
Big money getting spent early for Paul Ardea as he is the first man drafted here. And you can see some highlights of him. He says he's a submission hunter, doesn't lose by anything but points. No points here at PGF, so we'll see how he fares. And again, he's the first player drafted here on Season 7, Paul Ardea. Now he's standing by with Alex Wendling. Let's check in with Alex.
Standing by with the 4-time ADCC qualifier, and now the man bidded by Hodger Gracie for 2,400 points. I mean, how you feel after that?
I feel pretty good. I mean, to be in a team with heralded as the greatest of all time, can't really say that I end up in a team that I didn't want to be in. So, no, I feel great. Pretty much what I said when I was talking to Steven is what I mean. Any team that I was going to be a part of, pretty much what I said when I was talking to Steven is what I mean. Any team that I was going to be a part of is the team that's going to win. So I'm excited to see who's next and who else joins this team.
And you are the #1 ranked guy. Do you feel like when people go against you, they might be holding back and being a little protective? And how do you plan on really imposing your game on them?
I mean, the good thing about this rule set is that it's only 6 minutes. So pretty much for 6 minutes, I can just throw everything I got and hope to catch something and rip it if if it ends up in there. If I get a choke, I'll throw everything in there.
Well said. Well said.
Well, we can't wait to see it, Paul. Congratulations.
Thanks, Alex. Paul Ardea now finds himself on Hodger Gracie's first form team. $2,400 was the price tag. And, you know, of course, he's trying to cash in on some money of his own. That would be the $100,000 prize.
Yeah, and I think that Paul and Hodger together is a great, like, that's a great mix. They're going to speak the same language in a lot of ways, like similar personalities in a lot of ways. They're gonna vibe together.
All
This
right.
week. I think that's a really good fit.
Well,
for
okay,
Paul.
cool.
Semifinalist from the Craig Jones Invitational. Silver medalist at ADCC West Coast Trials.
I don't think we missed Travis.
That should have been a gold. That should have been gold. You can ask anybody. No, it's not.
Kamoy is next.
That's not the order I have.
Oh,
Kamoy's
no.
Been a gold. It should have been gold. You can ask anybody. No, it's not.
Kamoy is next.
That's not the order I have.
Kamoy's up number 2. I'm pretty sure.
You sure?
Yep, it's Kamoy.
You guys gave me the wrong order.
Kamoy is up next.
Bless his heart. Dang, bro.
There's Kamoy right there.
We'll get Stephen Aiken a proper list, but let's get Kamoy up to the stage.
Wow. Okay, I see what happened then. Next up.
Come on, guys. Keep it rolling.
Rated R. PGF veteran multiple times, Kamoy Anderson.
PGF finalist, Kamoy Anderson making the walk. He's the main character in his journey this season.
Kamoy, welcome back to the PGF. Let me get this chair slid up here, man. It's pretty obvious to me, but can you tell these people why they should pick you for their team?
Give me a minute.
I feel
Just
like
give
you
me a
guys
minute.
should pick me because I'm a guy. First of all, I'm a PGF veteran. I've been through most of the seasons already. I'm coming out here looking to submit, looking to do it in the best fashion ever.
Come on. What is happening right now? I swear this was not how it went last year.
That's it.
All right, Kamoy, we'll let you sit right here. We'll open up the bidding at 100.
Road Gang Army.
Does anybody have 100
Woo,
for Kamoy?
Travis, yeah. I think he's after Kamoy
First,
right
we have
here.
100 here. 200. 300. You got 4. 400. You got 5. 5. 6. 8. 10. 11. 7. Okay, 7. Got 8. They're at 8. 900. 900 for New Hope Regeneration.
Going
You guys got
once,
1,000?
going twice.
1,000. Constellations at 1,000. 1,100. No. Once. Twice. 1,000. Constellation. Kamoy Anderson, congratulations. Sign that.
I feel like that's
Kamoy Anderson on his way to Dean Lister's
Oh.
Constellation Network team. He brought up that he's a veteran and a finalist here at PGF.
I feel like that was a little low
That's something
for
I think that we can't,
Kamoy.
value enough is experience. When you've gone through the process
That's Dean
and
Lister.
you're familiar with what PGF asks of you in a season, you're all that much better off, and he can impart that wisdom upon his teammates.
Your Kamoy is not just a veteran. He was a finalist at season 5. He went all the way to the playoff final at season 5. He was a coach during season 4. We brought him in. We had the
fair
smaller athletes during season
to
4.
the production team and
I brought in
everyone,
somebody
this
that I
is
knew
streamed
would be a
live.
good coach for them
This is a
and
lot.
would understand the process
It's a big
that they
task.
were having to go through.
There's
and
some
so
kinks
not only is
to
Kamoy a 2-time PGF
to
veteran,
iron
not only
out.
is he a finalist, not only is he a coach, he's a guy who's got a ton of experience in this rule set, and he's a guy who really brings a ton of submission-only focused experience to the table. So good pickup and a pretty good price.
Absolutely. $1,000.
Travis should be
$1,000.
coming up
Now
right now.
Kamoy standing by with our Alex Wendling.
Here with Kamoy Anderson, and man, you just got picked up. How do you think the experience you have with PGF in previous seasons is going to help with this upcoming season?
I think it's gonna help a lot, man. Like a lot of guys, they thinking they about to come here do a regular jiu-jitsu tournament, but there's a lot that goes into it. Like you got to be prepared with your body and mentally. Yeah, I feel like my experience will play a big part.
This is crazy.
It's definitely going to be a gauntlet. And we have Dean Lister as your coach, who's in here with a black eye. He looks like he just went into war as well. So what's it like going to be on his team?
Out of all the coaches, Dean was one of the coaches that I've known for a while. Like when I started watching jiu-jitsu and UFC, he was one of the guys that was at the front of the line that, and I met him a few times in San Diego. So he's one of those, and from the last season, he was one of the coaches that I like how he engaged with the team. So I'm really happy with that.
And you're so soft-spoken now. Are we going to get any rated R dramatic Kamoy out here?
Oh, absolutely. It's coming. It is coming.
We cannot wait to see that action. Kamoy Anderson, he is on team
Nice.
Dean Lister.
Can't wait.
Congratulations. Can't wait to see you put in work.
Thanks, Alex. Kamoy Anderson now finds himself on Dean Lister's Constellation Network team, and he fits right in. A bigger athlete, 205 pounds. He's definitely a big guy, and yeah, I mean, he can stand next to the assistant coach, the incredible Hulk incarnate, Bobby Maximus. Dean Lister's pretty big too. Like they're big guys over there. Kamoy fits right in.
Yeah, he fits right in, and what that selection does, they got him for 1,000. That puts him in a great position to have a lot of budget left to spend as they move through the rest of the draft. So let's see how this first couple of rounds plays out with the random draft. I mean, there's a lot of strategy that's going to be involved, especially considering some of the bangers are like at the end of the draft order.
Yeah.
Travis
All right. Our night continues here in Las Vegas. Time for our next athlete to come up to the block. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
All right, we're ready for our third athlete to come up to the table. This athlete is a season 5 standout. very renowned grappler, also competed for the Handsome title one time in his career, the Mantis, Travis Thomas.
All right. Look at him, looking all spiffy.
Travis, glad to have you back, man.
Freaking.
Tell these guys why they should pick you for their team.
No,
yeah, I think I'm somewhat of an unknown guy, and I'm going to come out and show out. You've seen it on season 5. I had 9 out of 12 submissions, so you get me on your team, I'm going to be super excited, and I'm always going to hunt for the submission.
How many kills this season?
I'm going for 12. I know that's crazy, but that's what we're going for.
Hey, I look forward to it, Travis. Let's get you started. All right, guys, we're going to start the bidding at 100 for Travis.
My heart's racing, and they're just betting
100.
on him.
We have 100. Anybody got 200? 200. Got 2, 3, 300, 4, 500, 6. Okay, we need 6. We got 7. I need 7. We need 7 from you guys. You got 7? Okay. You guys got 8?
Surely they're not sleeping on Travis.
Okay. Got Team New Hope with 800. Was that 900? 1,000 for first form. Hydra Gracie. Pedro Sauer, New Hope Regeneration. The 1,100. 1,100. Okay, we need 12. 1,200. Hydra Gracie,
right.
first form. 1,500. That's what I'm talking about. This dude's gonna score points for sure. Intrana, is that when he's 16? Okay, he's not even gonna let me finish talking. First form's at 16, so I need 17 from somebody. 17. That's what I'm talking about. Constellations in at 17. You guys got 18. 18. First form's at 18. 19. 1,900. 2,000. You got it. It's in the budget, Matt.
No,
you know it.
He can't be selling
19.
that.
So you got 2,000.
Oh,
21?
that's epic roll.
20, 22, 25. Just go ahead and wrap it up. Highest point scorer in your season during the regular season without the team points, he scored more than anybody else. Where if you didn't add any other team points,
selling them so much.
More than Elijah Carlton.
More than Elijah Carlton. That's got to be worth at least 22. 22. You guys got 23?
Let's go, Travis.
2,300.
Yeah.
Regeneration. First form. Got 24. You got it. Don't look at me like that. 2,400. That's what I'm talking about. 25.
Oh, I'm stressing.
25. All right. New Heart Regeneration's at 25. 26. Once.
Yeah, Jack. Let's go.
Twice.
Dude.
2,500 sold to Pedro Sauer's team. New Hope Regeneration.
New Hope's a sponsor.
Travis Thomas landing on New Hope Regeneration. His coach Pedro
Jack.
Sauer doling out the bucks. B-Mac, it seemed like we were going to see Travis Thomas go for low, and it was kind of slowly but surely getting higher and higher, and yeah, a lot of money put down for.
So the auctioneer is
but a lot of submissions here in this
friend of Travis
platform.
A lot of experience in the PGF
That's crazy.
format, but Travis
I thought
really
I thought it was going to go a lot faster than that.
in a lot of circles. He
Let's go,
hasn't really
Travis.
hit that next level as far as like competitions outside of the PGF. He's beaten a lot of really good guys. He's at that level, but a lot of people don't know it yet. And so I think at $2,500, that's about the price that I sort of expected for Travis to go at. Listen, this kid's a winner. He's only been doing jiu-jitsu for about 3.5 years, but he's been literally tapping black belts in competition since before he got his blue belt. He was a white belt beating black belts in competition. It's pretty crazy.
Season 5 was all about a rivalry between Travis Thomas and Elijah Carlton. We didn't get the match then, and they might still end up on the same team potentially, but he was kind of, throwing that jab out there.
Yeah, he threw it out there. I actually hope that we would get to see that match.
Yeah,
this
Elijah.
season. I think
Elijah Carlton actually beat Travis.
All right, we'll find out if it happens. Our season kicking off tomorrow, but right now, Travis Thomas standing by without.
For sure.
Travis Thomas, $2,500. The coaches were talking all over each other, interrupting to try to get their bid on you. What was your feelings when they were doing that?
Man, it feels super good to be wanted on a team. It's super awesome to be on Team New Hope. Me and New Hope have done a lot of things together. Just happy to be out here and put on a performance this week.
Yes, New Hope Regeneration, providing stem cells to the winning team for Season 7. You've also competed on PGF in past seasons, and you have had many submissions, never the same submission. So what could you say about the diversity in your arsenal when it comes to submission games that you're looking to showcase for this season?
Yeah, I like to just be an all-around player. I'm not looking for one single submission. I like to play the game wherever you bring it and just bring it to them.
We can't wait to see what you do this season. Congrats, Travis.
Travis Thomas, now a part of New Hope Regeneration. And did I hear you right? Just 3 years and some change in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, about 3.5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, one of the most talented athletes that I've ever seen step onto the jiu-jitsu match. As far as just like raw talent, and then he's got an incredible work ethic on top of it. Travis is going to do some real damage. He's one of my dark horses to really make a
Let's
lot of noise this
go!
season.
All right, time for us to make some more
That's what I'm
noise
talking
in
about.
our draft. Our final pick of the first round, ready to hit the block. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
All right, our last athlete of the first round coming up.
Big Money T.
Season 1 PGF champion. PGF Season 2 runner-up. PGF Season 3 regular season champion. PGF Season 5 champion. He made the playoffs last season. He's the most decorated athlete in PGF history. The jabroni, Elijah Carlton.
This man needs no introduction, despite Stephen Aiken's long one, because he's just trying to get through the accolades. It's the jabronis.
So many accolades for this guy, and I hate having to say it every time. honestly.
Sweatshirt.
But they just keep stacking up and
Your
stacking
white
up.
belt is showing.
I mean, besides the obvious, is there any reason these guys should pick you?
I woke up the other morning and saw this video on Facebook PGF had posted, and it was like Kyle Bame and Andre Porforio talking about they're going to hurt people and send people to the hospital or something like that. And honestly, I'm just trying to weasel my way onto one of their teams, not go to the hospital, make some money. So
dragging me over here.
Get me on your team.
I agree.
Their team.
I would take you on my team if I was a coach too. I'd put a heavy budget down. So we technically got to start this bidding at 100, but I feel like, I mean, go ahead and show what you want for this guy, but we'll start the bidding at 100. Anybody? Just 100? Okay, just 100. 200? 200?
This is entertaining. This has been entertaining for
400
sure.
for first form. Can I just go ahead and ask for 1,000, please, from somebody? Anybody? Nobody wants to go 1,000? 1,000. Thank you. It's worth it. And Trana at 1,000. I need 1,100 at least now. 1,100. Thank you. Dean Lister and Constellation 12. Okay. They had 13 first. You got 14 first form. First form is at 14. 15. Okay. 16. First form's at 17. I need 2,000. Thank you. 2,000 for Constellation. 2,100 in Trana. 22. Okay. Constellation's at 22. I need 23. 25. Okay. Constellation's at 25. 26 for Entrana. 27. I need 27. 27. First form's at 27. No, sorry. 28 for Entrana. That was Constellation, though, not for first form.
Come on,
you guys got 28?
You got it.
You guys got 3,000? 3,000. Okay, 31. They look like they're going to keep going. You might be able to dump them higher just to break the budget. The most decorated athlete in the history. 20. What were we at right here? Egg?
3,000.
He say that because he knows
31
Travis
going
is
once.
coming after him.
31 twice. 3,100. I need 32. 32. And Toronto's at 32. You guys got 33. Shaking their heads a little bit. Going once. Twice. 3,200. 3,200 sold. Elijah Carlton for Entrana.
Elijah Carlton going to Team Entrana, $3,200. And B-Mac the Jabroni was telling Stephen Aiken, hey, stop trying to drive up the price. I want my team to still have payroll.
Yeah, well, that happened to PJ last year during the draft. Like, they spent so much money on him that they sort of weren't able to put together the full team that they wanted. So Elijah was like, no, I don't want that to happen to me. So, man, that just goes to show you that anybody that's paying attention to the PGF knows that Elijah is good for points. He finds a way, like, Egghead always says, never bet against Elijah Carlton in the PGF format.
True.
And I think people sleep on him
Travis-
because they don't see him in other formats. He doesn't really go and compete in other formats.
Technically
he
got
just
more
likes
points
coming
than
out
he
here and
did.
doing the PGF. But
season
every time
5.
he shows up, he's money. He's
He's
guaranteed to deliver action. He's guaranteed to deliver results. And I think 3,200 is not a crazy price for Elijah, especially right there in the first round. And you saw he had 2 really intelligent coaches in Dean Lister and Carlos Machado going back and forth on him, just pushing that price up.
Yep, now the Jabroni standing by with our Alex Wendling.
Standing by with the Jabroni himself, and you're not wearing your Keep Jiu-Jitsu gay shirt, so I don't recognize you right now.
Shout out to my sponsors, Pro Pin Sports, Tree City Solvent. That's keeping me high as fuck all the time. Let's go.
They just bid $3,200 for you, and in the last season, you said that you want to keep it low when it comes to you, so you have more to spend. But what is your reaction when they just spent $3,200 on you?
I mean, I'd spend $3,200 on me.
Definitely the most experience.
For sure. For sure.
So how are you going to take that experience into PGF 7?
Same way I always do.
Bringing that action. Thank you so much, Jabroni. $3,200.
Big name, big personality, big results. Elijah Carlton wrapping up the first round as he lands on Team Entrana. You know, we talk about big personality, big results in the past. Not the biggest guy, though, at 205 pounds. You worried about his size against some of the bigger athletes?
Yeah, a couple of things you notice about Elijah coming in. He might be a little smaller even than he was last season. Like, he's around that same size, so he's a lot smaller than some of these other guys. But Elijah competed in season 2 at 225 pounds.
Wow.
And he finished second. The only match he lost was to Hunter Colvin, who was the champion in season 2. Another thing that I'm picking up off of Elijah, and you tell me, TJ, season 6, Elijah, that was salty Elijah. That was full heel Elijah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost getting like a babyface turn kind of feel off of
Happy
Elijah
to be
right
here,
now.
Elijah.
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, it's Elijah Carlton. He can do whatever he wants. It might be gamesmanship. If anyone knows how to play the game, it's Elijah Carlton, and we see him go here in our first round. You can see the money spent there, and, you know, it's all about analysis here throughout our draft because the strategy does really start here with the players drafted and how much money they are spending. And it makes me think we should probably check in with the man with the 20-pound brain. Egghead is standing by in the fantasy corner with Jason Anik. Let's go to them and get your guys' thoughts on our first round of this draft in the books. Guys, take it away.
Oh, a lot of heat in round 1. And I'll say, TJ, I think you'll see that full heel Elijah Carlton when the competition begins tomorrow. I'll ask you, Egghead, you know, I know you're very high on Paul Ardea. And really, in the top first 4 picks in this, it is a random draft, but a couple guys going for more than him. 2,500 for Travis Thomas and 32 for Elijah Carlton. That surprise you at all?
I mean, we're in Las Vegas, a gambling place. I would have bet a lot of money against that happening. Paul Ardea, 4-time ADCC qualifier winner. I mean, that's winning qualifiers for almost a decade. I mean, he's that good. And it's very surprising he went for 2,400. First former in Hodger Gracie making a steal there. But also, the other 3 is kind of interesting is that they are all PGF Season 5 veterans.
Wait, Paul Ardea is? I don't think so. And it froze.
They all faced each other. And in that season, Elijah Carlton was victorious, but he went for 3,200, whereas Kamoy only went for 1,000. He was the runner-up. He actually beat Travis Thomas in the semifinals of the playoffs.
By
to get to that
points.
finale.
I'm pretty sure.
There's a very good chance we're going to see all these guys go against each other.
Or
this
overtime.
season.
Yeah, gotta love it when four coaches each with 1 out of the first round, nice and clean. Moving on here.
Thanks, guys. You know, having this fantasy corner, BMAC, I really enjoy the fact that we can get that analysis. We had Egg in our broadcast booth last year. Now we're letting the man crunch the numbers and do his thing over there. We're going to get, I think, next level insight from the man they call Egghead.
It's some next level eggery. Is that a word?
Can you say that on TV?
Oh, you can say it.
Okay. I mean, I like it for breakfast. Apparently, I like it for PGF as well.
Of course you do, TJ.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You ready to start round 2?
I'm ready.
All right, round 2 of our draft here, kicking off PGF Season 7. It continues right now. Back to Stephen A.
And now, the athlete who should have been a gold medalist at West Coast Trials in 2024. He's so good that I just wanted to announce him twice. The one, Adam Bradley.
The one, Adam.
Adam Bradley making the walk. Stylish
Dressed nice,
Adam
too.
Bradley.
It's got to matter. It's got to matter. Adam, great to have you, man. Tell these guys why they should pick you and put you on their team.
I think that's easy. I'm probably one of the best guys in this room, so I'm looking forward to showing that and submitting as many people as possible. You know, I've been in the game for a long time. I'm really well-rounded, and basically better everywhere. So let's do it.
You see yourself as number 1 at the end of this week?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, he says. Let's go ahead and get this thing started then. Okay, coaches, we're going to go ahead and open up at 100 for Adam Bradley. Has anybody got 100? 100. Constellation's got 100. I need 2 at least. 200. 200 for First Form. Hodger Gracie. I need 3. 300. 300. You guys got 500? Okay, we got 500 for Pitcher Sour, New Hope Regeneration. 6. Anybody got 6? 600 for First Form. Need 700? 700. New Heart Regeneration's at 7. I need 800. Not in Trana? Not interested right now? Nope. Okay. Just asking. 800 over here. First Form's at 800. I need 900. You guys are out. Once. You're at 9. I need 1,000. Twice. 900 for Adam Bradley. Sold. First Form. Wow. Incredible. I think that's a good deal. Here, son.
Yeah.
Adam Bradley getting signed to First Form. Hodger Gracie's team, the first team to have 2 representatives drafted. B-Mac, your thoughts on Adam Bradley going to First Form?
What was that final price on Bradley?
That's a great question.
900.
900. He went for only 900. That's kind of crazy to me. Like, that almost doesn't not almost that doesn't make any sense. I can't believe he went for that little. Like, that's a very interesting strategy. Hodger and First Form, they pretty much stole one of.
I think they want to
favorites
hold out
in
for
the draft.
Ryan
So
Aiken.
that makes me wonder, what do the coaches see in his game?
Yeah,
that,
I think they're trying to save
that
as
made
much
them,
so they can
like,
get Ryan
stay
Aiken.
out. Like, they're waiting on some of the other players, but Adam's one of the highest. Like Adam said, he's one of the highest rated guys in this entire roster. So that's very interesting.
Well, I mean, the random draft order, I think, plays a big factor here because
sure.
you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive, especially when you got guys like Ryan Aiken in the last spot in our drafts. You want to try to save money, but sometimes you overthink things, and all of a sudden you miss out on one of the key players of the season. Well,
If you're gonna be aggressive, though, Adam Bradley's a good time to be aggressive.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll see if that remains to be true when the season starts tomorrow. But right now, Adam Bradley standing by with Alex Wendling.
Standing by with CJI semifinalist Adam Bradley. You're chosen on the team of Hodger Gracie for First Form. What was your reaction when you got picked by that team?
I'm super stoked with the pick, and I'm glad I sold for really cheap, so I'm ready to win it. Let's go.
And now you're
Right
teammates with Paul Ardea. What is your mindset going in? I mean, that's 2 top picks right there.
No, that team's already super stacked. I'm actually really psyched about that. He's very, very good, so I'm excited to be on the same team with him, and then we'll see how this goes.
And you are such a vet, but this will be the first time you're doing a tournament like this that is such a gauntlet. What is your bigger priority, winning the team event or making it into the playoffs?
All I can really control is my own performance. So yeah, just focused on getting as many submissions as possible, which hopefully helps my team win and gets me into the playoffs.
We can't wait to see it. Congrats, Adam.
Thanks, Alex. Adam Bradley, now a member of First Form. It is draft night here at PGF World Season 7 in Las Vegas. Our second round underway. Time for the next athlete to hit the block. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
Our next grappler up to the table will be last season's regular season points champion, Mr. Davis Asari.
Yeah, this is the guy that
I was wondering, he
trains with
hiding.
Ryan Gordon. Or Gordon Ryan.
Man, it's great to have you back, Davis. Besides all the darces and chokes that you're going to get on people, what's a good reason these guys should put you on their team?
So, honestly, I don't want to be wanted. I just want to win right now, so please be nice with spending.
Okay. He wants to be wanted, but only for a little bit. Somebody got a little bit for Davis? Let's say 100. 100? Okay. 2? Okay, we got 200. Intrana's at 200. I need 300. 500 at First Form. 6 for Intrana. 700. Constellation. 8 for Intrana. 1,000, first form. You guys got 11?
Ooh.
1,200. 1,300. Constellations at 13. 1,500 for Intrana. 16. 16 first form. 17 Intrana. 18 first form. 19 Intrana.
Dang.
20 first form. 21 Intrana. 22, so I can say a different name. Constellation. 23 is Intrana. 24. 24. 25. 24. You guys got it? You guys got it at 23? 24. First form's got 24. 25 for Intrana. Jesus. 26, first form. 27. And 28, first form. 29, 3, can somebody say 3 then? Let's just go ahead and say it. It's right there. Yeah. 3,000, first form. 31, I knew it.
Jeez.
32? Davis, are you excited?
Nope.
He's loving this. 32? Going once, 31, going. We need 32, nobody? Twice? 3 times, 31 sold in Toronto.
Davis,
congratulations.
Landing on Team Entrana. He was the overall season points winner last season, and now he finds himself back for season 7. No surprise that he goes for big money, but he was sort of downplaying it again. All of these athletes, you know, more and more familiar with this PGF format. They'd rather kind of be bargain deals and steals so they can get more talent on their team, and Davis is following in kind with almost underselling himself a little bit.
And he went for 3,100, right?
Yep.
That was the price on him. Now check this out. Carlos Machado has 2 of last season's.
2 of
$100,000 winners on his team. So he opens up with 2 guys who already know how to win and win under that big pressure here in the PGF format. Great pickup, but got to keep our eye on this. Carlos and Entrana have spent a lot of money so far. 3,200 to Elijah, 3,100 to pick up some people at a bargain through some of the middle rounds.
If my math is correct, that's 63% of their team allotment.
Oh, I don't do that, TJ.
Math?
I
You don't do math?
graduated from Alabama public school.
You
so
graduated?
that's a fair question.
All right. Alex Wendling standing by with Davis Asari.
Luckily for you guys, I'm the Asian on the team, and that is 6,300 points spent by Carlos Machado for Team Entrana. And you wanted them to keep it low, but they couldn't resist. But now you're teaming up with someone that you won last year with, Elijah Carlton. So are you guys going to be bringing that winning energy to this team?
I suggest bringing the dream team back. So please try to collect all the old partners I had so we can try to recreate what we did.
We don't have Quadzilla here this time, but it was great memories that you guys had getting
lag.
that New Hope regeneration stem cells as well. So how was that process for you?
It was nice with the regeneration stem cells. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually do that one yet. Maybe, hopefully I have that opportunity still, even though we're over to the next season, but I would really like to try that, yeah.
Yes, Kevin is very sweet. I'm sure he will hook you up. You are a rightful winner, and now we're looking ahead to Season 7. You were the lead scorer of the regular season last season. Do you plan to do the same thing this season?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to try to perform as best as I can and trying to get as much submission as possible, but again, I truly believe like the team coherent is very important. So it's not only me, but having a good, solid chemistry is very well. So bring back the dream team, Chicago Bulls, try to recreate. Let's go.
We love that camaraderie. We can't wait to see it. Davis Asari on Team Entrana.
Thanks, Alex, for the interview and the math skills as well. Davis Asari going for big money and Entrana. They're not afraid to spend that proverbial cash here in the draft.
Yeah. I love Davis Asari. I just don't see how you can not like Davis. I don't know if that's updated or not. I got 9,000 left for Constellation. I got 3,700 left for Entrana. I got 7,500 left for New Hope, and I got 66 left for First Form. Like I said, man, Entrana, they're spending the money. They're coming out spending.
And our spending spree continues. It is draft night here in Las Vegas for PGF World Season 7. Powered by Once Upon a Coconut, we go back to the block with Stephen Aiken.
All right, our next athlete coming up is a Season 7 qualifier winner from Austin, Texas, Sebastian Attard.
Who put that there?
Sebastian, it's great to have you here. We spoke a little bit in the lobby of the hotel. You told me some really bad things you were going to do to guys. Do you want to tell these guys why they should put you on your team?
I mean, it's all lies. I'm not that good. Keep the price low. Keep money for the good guys, but I'm a good asset in the back of your pocket. So,
I think the reason why they're saying
I'm
that
a
is
player.
because they
So you lied
want
to
to
me?
be on the team. Like
I don't lie to
they
anyone.
want to have the best
Okay.
team,
All right,
so
let's
they
just have a
can
seat
win the team.
All right, we'll start for Sebastian
cash,
at
I
100.
guess.
Has anybody got 100? 100?
Like
okay,
the,
we got
the
100
winning
for
team
Constellation.
gets.
200? 200?
I don't know. I don't remember.
For
how
New Hope
much.
Regeneration. 300. Constellations at 3. We're at 4. Okay. 400 for New Hope. 500 Intrana. 6. 7. Okay, we got 700 for New Hope. I got 800. You got 800? They're out. You got 800. Okay. Constellations got 8. 900. Okay. New Hope's got 9. You got 1,000. Okay. Constellations got 1,000. First form, y'all got anything? No? 1,000? They have 1,000. We need 1,100. We need 11, right? I need 1,100. 1,100. I need 12 from you guys now. 1,200. Got it. 13? Nope. Once? 1,200. I need 13 twice. Nobody? Okay. 1,200 sold. Sebastian Attard. Sign right here. Going to Constellation. Coach Dean Lister.
Dean Lister and Constellation Network getting Sebastian Attard. Looking at all the athletes here, we've seen some familiar faces, a lot of new faces as well. And some of these athletes got here by way of a qualifier, BMAC. And I think momentum is on their side. The winners of the qualifiers, they earned their way here, and they know they belong because they actually beat people to get here.
Yeah, and Sebastian was a lot of fun at the qualifier. There's a little footage of him winning a match at the Austin qualifier, and you get, I mean, this kid's a finisher. What I like the most about him, he's got a great personality. He's super fun to watch. He's super fun to listen to. I think he's going to create a lot of good moments. He's going to be one of the better characters, I think, that we have out of this season.
All right, let's get to know him a little bit more as Sebastian is standing by with Alex.
Uh-oh. Try again.
Attard, and
there we go.
you just got chosen. Your teammates now with Kamoy Anderson, with Coach Dean Lister, and you were a qualifier winner. So has the anticipation been leading up to this moment for you?
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy experience. 1,200 is a bit too much for me, but I'm going to do my best to make that investment worth it. I was thinking $400 at max, so I'm going to put in 3 times the effort now.
I think you're just very, very humble. When it comes to the strategy, kills are 6 points, joint breaks are only 3. Are you looking at this season in a different mindset?
I'm looking at this season in the way of I'm just trying to win the whole thing. So if it's worth 6 points, I'm going to go for it, and if I can't, 3 points is good as well.
We can't wait to see it. Congrats, Sebastian.
Right on.
Thanks, Alex. Sebastian Attard, now a part of Constellation Network. He is on the team of Dean Lister along with Kamoy Anderson. You like that two-headed approach thus far with Kamoy and Sebastian being teammates?
Well, I'll tell you what I really like about Dean's approach is he's still got a ton of his budget left. He only spent $2,200 so far on his first 2 athletes, so he's going to have a lot of budget left to make some big plays. I think they're kind of laying back. Everybody's trying to stay back and make a play for Bame and Chambers and Aiken. Good strategy. But, in Toronto, they may not even be in position to make a play for one of those guys. They're going after their heavy hitters early.
I'm sitting here behind all of the coaches, and I'm wincing every time you start talking about analytics because I don't want one of them to be upset with you giving away their trade secrets.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what these coaches are actually thinking. I've talked to them a little bit. I know some of the athletes they were looking for, but as far as like actual strategy, I'm not 100% sure which way these guys are all trying to go. So.
Well, it's draft night in Las Vegas, and you have to expect the unexpected. What's going to happen next? We'll find out. Time for us to go back to the block with Stephen Aiken.
Our next grappler coming up, CJJ Worlds 2003 runner-up, one of the most prolific submission artists out there right now, Kyle Chambers.
This should be interesting.
Kyle, it's so good to have you here, man. I've talked about it with people lots of times. Somebody with your style is going to do phenomenal in the PGF rule set, I think. How do you feel going into this, and why should these guys pick you?
Actually, I'm not that good at all. I think I don't even know why I got an invite, so I'm just going to be a support character. So, I'm just going to be here just to shake hands and pass out waters.
You guys are a bunch of liars. Sit down. These guys are great. I think you guys should go ahead and bid up for Kyle, but he would say otherwise. Submits lots of people lots of ways. A lot of joint locks. Got good chokes. I've rolled with him lots of times. I can testify if you need that. Anybody got 100 for Kyle? 100 for first form. 2? Anybody?
Dang.
First form's at 100. I need 200. 200. New Hope's at 200. 300 first form. 400 New Hope. 500 first form. 600 New Hope. 7 first forms. 8. Okay.
Oh.
900.
Travis
1,000.
might have a teammate.
No. Sure. It's worth it. 900 once. Nobody else?
No way.
Twice? 900 going to first form. Sold Kyle Chambers to first
wow.
form. 900.
That's a big
Wow.
pickup for first form. I think that's a big pickup for first form. Man, if you would have let me pick a team, that's one of the guys I would have been going after. He's a point scorer. And now, generally speaking, he's a guy who scores breaks. He's a leg locker. He's one of the best leg lockers in the world at this weight class for sure. And here's some footage of him. That was a tournament that we went to in Mexico, and I got to call his matches there, and he was unbelievable, absolutely incredible. Only going for, was it $900?
$900, yeah.
900. So, man, they picked up, first form picked up Paul for 25.
Right.
Adam Bradley for 9. Kyle Chambers for 9. And they've got a ton of budget left for their last 2 guys. They are set up to have a killer squad of 5. That first form team is shaping up really sharp. That's crazy. I would have definitely picked Kyle. He goes leg locks, but I think this is the kind of season where you're gonna need to score where you can. You know what I mean? Man, that is crazy. I can't believe that.
Yeah, he's got a great style for anyone who's going to draft him in first form. Did that, and he's got a great style off the mat as well.
Oh, excuse
One of
me.
the most fresh dressed
looks
guys
good.
here. Yeah, I like it. The hat, it's good. But what do I know about style? I can't really talk about it.
That's true.
Maybe Alex can. She's standing by with Kyle Chambers.
First form with the steal, 900 points. I think it was you underselling yourself that did it. They were like, oh, we don't need this guy.
I guess that's like kind of the plan. You want to have the best opportunity to win. You just want to have some killers on your team, but also not really sell yourself. You want to kind of be a mystery until it actually matters.
Yes, but your skill set is definitely not a mystery, and now you're going to be doubling that up with Adam Bradley and Paul Ardea on a team GOAT with Hajer Gracie in first form. So how does it feel knowing that you have a pretty good squad on your back right now?
Absolutely. It's great to be around other like-minded individuals and just be around other people that got the same mentality. They're all grinders. Me and Adam did a reality show. We were on opposite teams. It was actually good to be on the same team this time. But, yeah, we're all hungry, and I'm just excited to put on a show.
And you are representing 10th Planet San Diego. What kind of funky stuff can we expect out of you?
We have that breakdancing kind of style, inverted, very funky, very unorthodox. But, we're all submission hunters. We're all freaks that we say. We freaks don't sleep, so we're going to go for that kill and show our style.
And your teammate Keith Krikorian gave me a really spicy interview the other day. When he got a little angry, he got a little mean. Are we going to see Kyle Chambers getting a little angry and mean out there?
No, always calm and collected, very precise. Just always a sniper going for that kill.
We love it. Congrats, Kyle. Can't wait to see it.
Thanks, Alex. Kyle Chambers now a part of Hajer Gracie's first form. He rounds out the second round of our draft. Please tell us what you're thinking about tonight's proceedings online. Use the hashtag PGF7. BMAC, your thoughts thus far on how the draft is shaping up?
I mean, I'm loving this first form team right now. For my money, that team they're playing it perfectly. They got Paul for 25. They got, and maybe 24. I think Egg is gonna yell at me because maybe he went for 24, but he'll give us a correction over there in just a second. Oh, I got an Anik chiming in already over there. So 24, I'll make that correction in a second. Bradley for 900, Chambers for 900. So far, that's an A+. I mean, that's an A++ team for me so far. Killing the draft, first form, and Hajer Gracie.
Despite all of our athletes kind of saying they're a bunch of schmucks and you shouldn't pay a lot of money
what
for
are they doing?
I mean, it's a strategy. They're trying to, keep that payroll, but very talented and already a fantasy team through 3 picks for team first form. And speaking of fantasy, let's go over to the fantasy corner, check in with Jason Anik and the man they call Egghead.
I'll tell you what, Egghead, a lot of surprises out of the gate here, right? I mean, you look at that first form squad, I believe, that 3 of your top 6 in power rankings? I mean, that squad looking strong right now.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
That's crazy.
I would never have believed this. I mean, Paulardillo was already a steal at 2,400, and then they get a semifinalist from CGII for 900. 900. And then Kyle Chambers, a killer, again, for 900. I mean, Dr. Gracie's, and again, as is pointed out, he still has 5,800 left for 2 spots. So he can go big. I mean, next round we have Kyle Bain coming up and Chris Wojcik, 2 other just killers. And, of course, a lot of people were waiting for that last round with Ryan Aiken. And he can make a play for any of them right now.
Unbelievable.
But also we have some interesting things is that Entrana, they're going with true, tried and true PGF veterans. I mean, we talked about how important it is having a knowledge of how this actually goes, having that strategy.
Yeah, that's true.
They kind of said
This is going to be a great PGF.
But
this is going to be
they
awesome.
spent a lot of money.
Yeah, and Dean Lister got a lot of money left, though, and this certainly this random draft has some heaviness in the back, so we're curious to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, definitely. You got to think First Form and Constellation both have a lot of money to play with. New Hope Regeneration with Coach Pedro Sauer. Again, they filled 1 spot for a great competitor, Travis Thomas, only 2,500, so they still have a lot of money left, too. It should be really interesting seeing this next round.
Well, TJ, First Form may be leader in the game, but it could look different when we finish this out.
Absolutely, a long way to go here. They call it the Gauntlet for a reason. It is draft night here in Las Vegas, PGF World Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut. B-Mac, looking at Egghead, this guy gets so excited about numbers and draft picks, and he's loving that First Form team.
I'm loving the First Form team. I can't say enough about it. Now, I do like Pedro's strategy here, too. Let these guys spend a little bit of their money at the top, and then he's going to try to slide in here in the middle of the draft. And I think he's going to try to do some damage. I bet we see Pedro pick up 2 guys in this round.
Yeah, anything can happen. You have to expect the unexpected. We have yet to see a trade. We might not see a trade, but we could see a trade. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, my goodness.
That'd be interesting.
On our mock draft, it got so complicated, I basically just had to quit. When they started doing trades,
That's true.
You start throwing extra numbers around, your boy gets confused real quick.
Yeah, we are through 2 rounds of our draft, and, might as well give the coaches a moment to maybe talk and collude and figure things out. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side with round 3. It is draft night here in Las Vegas. It's PGF World Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut.
What do we think so far for anyone who's watching? I have a lot. I'm thinking about a lot, for sure. That's, I swear last year was so much smoother as far as, the production goes.
Place it in a doorway at a home or business. Step 3, collect rewards in crypto for the data you provide. Join the
A lot of those guys that are getting picked up for 900, whatever, that's crazy. I was thinking they were going to, for Kyle Chambers, over 1,000 easy. These ads that they're running are the teams that are picking the players too, like in Trana. That's one of the teams. New Hope is another team. Epic Roll's part of one of the teams, I think. First Form. No. First Form's Hajar Gracie. Yeah. Be epic. Oh. Good grief.
your body the baseline recovery it needs.
All right. Ads run smoothly. Daylight savings. Bro, I'm just glad that these ads run smooth. But when they actually... Oh. Here we go.
Site of PGF Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut. Hey, everybody, TJ DeSantis, along with the commission, BMAC, Brandon McCaffrin. We are through 2 rounds of our draft, and we're just about ready to kick off round number 3. BMAC, any thoughts before we kick off our 3rd round?
Well, I just can't say it enough. I know I'm harping on this first form team, but Hajer Gracie in first form, Matt Elkins sitting there on the couch with him, Zoltan sitting on the couch with him. They're putting together an insane squad. And check this out. This is very interesting. Elijah Carlton, of course, we all know in the PGF, he's really the GOAT. 3,200. He's the top drafted athlete so far. And his teammate is the 2nd highest drafted athlete. These 2 guys really decorated as far as PGF goes, Davis Asari and Elijah Carlton. Travis Thomas coming in right behind him. And, I mean, to me, it's shocking to see Paul Ardea there at only 2,400. Sebastian at number 5, 1,200. Kyle Chambers and Adam Bradley both went for 9. To me, that's the craziest part. The craziest part of this entire thing so far is Kyle Chambers for 900. That makes no sense to me. I mean, good for him. Good for Team First for him, but that's madness.
We'll see if anything surpasses that as the most unexpected moment of the night. As draft night continues here in Las Vegas, we go back to the block with Stephen Aiken.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we go to our next athlete, Team Constellation is wanting to check their points total. Egghead, could you tell me how much that they have spent so far?
So far, Team Constellation has spent 2,200, so they have 7,800
You have
remaining.
7,800 remaining. 7,800 remaining. Our next grappler coming up for auction.
Sure.
The Midwest Finishers 2023 champion with all submissions. Bradley Schneider.
Travis went against this cat and pretty much dominated him.
Do you want to tell these guys how great you are?
I mean, honestly, I was just a little worried because on the graphic I saw Stuart Cooper's name still. So I was like, oh, I'm probably going to get announced as someone else. But I think I'm pretty unorthodox. I have a unique game. I feel like I can catch a lot of people here off guard. But I'm a late edition, so I'm kind of just happy to be here.
We're glad you're here too, Brad. We'll go ahead and get you started right here. Coaches, do I have anybody 100 for Bradley?
I'm pretty sure Travis put the anaconda squeeze on him. He had a
100.
really good choke, but just
New Hope is at
squeezed
100. I
the
need
piss out
200.
of him.
Oh, no way.
Going once.
No way.
100. I need 200 going twice. Sold 100.
Oh,
for New Hope Regeneration.
gosh.
That's sign this before they change their mind.
Wow. $100.
That's amazing.
Bradley Schneider, that surpassed the whole Kyle Chambers unexpected price tag?
Well, no, I actually thought we might start to see a couple of these intentional walks right here through the middle of the draft. So I'm surprised that they let Brad get away for 100, but they would rather sit out because they got the guy that they want, that they're targeting. So they'd rather just sit out and let him get that win. But what that does is that puts New Hope in a great position, though, to be able to spin big because Schneider's a quality player. He's very exciting. He's a winner, too, you know what I mean? Like, so, and this is very interesting, actually. Travis Thomas and Brad Schneider actually had a match against each other not that long ago, and now they're teammates over here with Team New Hope. I think that actually puts New Hope in a very strong position moving forward. They got $7,400 left and only 3 athletes that they have to spend it on.
Every pick so important on draft night, and Bradley now standing by with our Alex Wendling.
Yes, standing by with Bradley Schneider, and I think you are worth much more than 100, but I think it works out with the way that this format works out.
Yeah, everybody was kind of wanting to go for a low amount. I mean, it does suck to go for the lowest amount, but I feel like I'm going to catch a lot of people off guard. I've competed against a lot of people on this roster, and I feel like I'm right there. Been a little inactive the last year, so I think people have forgotten like what I bring to the table.
Yeah, and you have wins over some of the people on this roster. You're ranked number 19, so I feel like with a couple of wins, you could really prove that you should have been higher up in the rankings.
I mean, I can't go for less than $100, so if I get any wins, I'm going to be a great value for the team. But yeah.
And you're training under Jonte Leon, and he has another teammate, Max Hansen, who is on PGF Season 6. So were they able to give any good advice for this upcoming week?
Honestly, we've always talked about me doing this tournament. I have a pretty good style for it. I'm pretty tough to submit. I have a unorthodox game and really submission forward. But yeah, I feel like,
Travis
I'm
can
do well
beg
in this
to
format.
differ. I'm sorry.
Well, New Hope Regeneration is lucky to have you. Now a lot of points that they have to spend. Bradley Schneider, congratulations.
Thank you.
Going for $100 is Bradley Schneider. B-Mac, how much does that have to do with the fact that he was sort of a late replacement from, going into the tournament?
Well, I think that's a big part of it, and I think it's just where he came up in the draft order, too. Like, now coaches, they've spent a little bit of their money, so they're starting to feel a little apprehensive. It's kind of getting down to the wire. They know they've got their eyes on some of these players here towards the end of the draft. Bame is still up. Aiken's still up. Of course, several other, real solid players. So, they're holding on to their money to make sure that they've got enough money to make the bid that they want to make.
And we talked about that in our mock draft. A walk is all strategy. It's not like when I was trying to play kickball in elementary school and like, nah, you take him. We don't want him. Back of the line. It's trying to save money and, land the right guy at the right time.
Yeah, and nothing is quite like your kickball career, if I had to guess.
I was pretty good.
I don't believe you, TJ.
I'm not a very good liar, am I?
No.
All right, back to Stephen Aiken.
Our next grappler coming up for auction, PGF Season 6 veteran, member of the winning team from last season, Nathan Haddett.
You think Entrana's going to make a move on it?
I know you're not going to talk bad about yourself like
We'll
that.
see.
We've talked to you a lot leading into this season. You've told me already how excited you are to come in here and put it down. Tell these guys why they should pick you.
Man, because you can pick me for cheap. So that's maybe why you should pick me.
Nice value pick.
For cheap.
Yeah, I think so. Low value pick.
How about this? Give me a points prediction from you this season.
We're going to score a lot of points.
He's going to score a lot of points, but he's not very good. It's weird. Anybody got 100 for Nathan?
Dude. Oh.
100? 100 for Entrana. I need 200. 200? Once? 200. New Hope's in at 2. 300. Entrana's at 3. I need 4. 400? They're talking about it. They're thinking, Nathan. They kind of want you. You're in at 4. They're in at 4. You guys got 5. No hesitation from Entrana. They're at 5. I need 600, New Hope. Nope. 500 going once. 500 twice. I need 600. 500 sold. Nathan Haddett.
The ex-Marshall,
winning team.
the former ex-Marshall team staying together so far.
The band is
Nathan
back
Haddett.
together. New Hope tried to maybe disrupt that a little bit. I don't know if it was just gamesmanship to try to drive up the price, but Carlos Machado would not be denied. And, we heard Davis Asari say it. He wants that proverbial Chicago Bulls team back on the mat this season, and so far so good. The three amigos once again.
Yeah, it's super interesting the way it's played out. All 3 of the athletes on Team Entrana know what it's like to go through a whole season of the PGF and come out on the other side. They all won $20,000 last season, all of these guys.
And if I won $20,000 with 2 friends, I'd want to do it again if they were around,
Yeah, well, they know how to win. They know how this format works, and so they're going to be I think that's actually going to be a really big advantage. And because they got Nathan at 500, it puts them back in the game for some of these other plays that they might be able to make for some of these other athletes.
I thought they were going to get him for 100, but then New Hope was like, no.
Yeah, they had to drive him up a little bit.
Yeah, got to do what you got to do. All right, Nathan Haddett standing by with Alex Wendling.
standing by with Nathan. And wow, I was just talking to you before this draft started, and you were saying, oh, well, if I could have a particular teammate, I'd love to warm up with Davis again. Now you have him and the Jabroni, someone you won season 6 with. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, let's go. We're getting the band back together. Let's go. We're going to put some points on the board this season.
For Team Entrana with Carlos Machado, it's like Jean-Jacques is in his earpiece. Like, you guys got to get these 3.
Hey, he knows. He knows. We'll show him.
And I know last season you were so close to the playoffs. How much of that is a priority for you this season?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. So I think having last season, just the experience, now I know what to expect, and we're going to bring it forward.
Yes, definitely a gauntlet. We can't wait to see it, Nathan. Team Entrana looking a lot like Team X Marshall going into season 7.
What is, going on with that team, B-Mac? It's like history tends to repeat itself, and when you have a stacked team like that, we'll see if they can actually repeat history and do so at 205 pounds. Like you said, they know what it's like to train together, but they also know what it's like to win together.
Well, you know what's another interesting thing about these guys? They were all in a much smaller weight class last season.
Right.
All of these guys came in underweight. None of these guys had to cut weight, so they're stacking up some of the smaller athletes in the roster, so they're more experienced, but they're much smaller. It'd be interesting to see how their bodies hold up through the rest, like through the gauntlet. Bodies hold up through the rest, like through the gauntlet of the season as they go through Shark Week. And that might mean that they've got to do a really, really good job. They got to be super careful with how they pick their alternates, I would say.
Yeah, the alternate draft coming up after our main roster is completed. A lot left to get done here tonight, so without further delay, we go back to the block with Stephen Aiken.
The next athlete coming up is an athlete that was here last season but didn't get to compete, so I know he's excited to come and make his name here in the PGF. Caleb Crump. Caleb, we're glad to have you here, man. I'm excited to get to see what you can do. Tell these guys why they should pick you.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. They should pick me because I'm going for chokes, going for wins, but I'm just a purple belt MMA fighter. What do I know?
I know you're saying you're going to get some points. Can you give me a points prediction for the whole season?
18.
18. That's enough to get in the playoffs, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll open up the bidding for Caleb at 100. Does anybody have 100 for Caleb? 100.
Walk him, I wonder.
Oh, we might see our first
Ball.
intentional walk.
Ball. Not going to go 100?
Nobody wants to open the bidding right here.
What? Nope.
Trying to save.
Okay, this will be what we call our first intentional walk. So what'll happen, Caleb, is you'll come back up at the backside of the draft, and we'll bring you back up for the bidding then, man.
All right, intentional walk. That's interesting. So that's the way it has to work with the auction draft. And now that's going to happen. That happened with our mock draft in the middle a couple of times. That happened like multiple times with the mock draft. You start playing this strategy game, and you're like, man, I'm not willing. Like, because even if you pull the trigger at 100, right?
The first
you're,
walk.
And nobody else goes up. Now you're stuck with a guy. So it's an interesting strategy. We call it an intentional walk. He got 4 balls, intentional walk.
Lots of qualities will get you through a PGF season, and we have seen the patience on display time and time again of Caleb Crump. Didn't get to compete last year, was here all season. Now he's back. Now he's got to wait even longer to be drafted.
No, that's kind of crazy.
He's a patient gentleman.
He is a patient guy. The peaceful warrior, he calls himself.
Well, he takes a walk. We'll see him a little bit later on when he hits the block once again. All right, time for our next athlete to come up for bid. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
Our next athlete coming up for auction, the Polish Punisher. 2024 European Trials gold medalist, Marcin Machulovic.
I think this guy's a real dark
Very
horse.
close.
TJ.
I'm trying, Marcin. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll try for you guys. Man, I'm excited to see you up here. I've seen lots of your videos, and I know what you can do. How many points do we expect from you this season?
Everyone.
All the points. 12 matches. There's 7 times 12.
I think that's 6,000.
84. 84 points from Marcin. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this bidding started. He's going to max out. How much? 100 at least? Yeah, 100? Okay, they got 100. I need 2, sorry. You guys 200? Anybody? 3? 300? 300? 400? Okay, 500 for first form.
Yeah, these guys know what they got here.
Okay. 600, Constellations at 6, 7 for first form. 8. First form's at 9. I need 1,000. 1,000. Constellation's at 1,000. You guys got 11. They're at 11. You want to go ahead and jump them pretty far? 1,200, that's all? Okay. 13. You guys got 13. They got 14 now? Okay. Constellation's at 14. I need 15 for first form. They got it. Y'all got 16. You should spook them and say 2,000. 1,600. You guys got 17. He's got it. You got 18. They got 18. First one, y'all got 19. First one was 19. 2,000. I told you it was going there. Constellation's at 2,000. 21. I've done this before. No? You guys are out? 2,000. Once. Twice. Sold. 2,000. Marcin to Constellation and Coach Dean Lister.
Marcin Masulovic, is that how we're saying it, Bina?
That's it. That's how we're saying it, because that's how you say it.
I've been practicing all week since our mock draft. I made you do it during the mock draft. I got it on draft night, and he's now on Constellation Network. Dean Lister getting his man. Were you surprised at all about the price, or was that right in that ballpark?
To be honest with you, I am surprised because, for a couple of reasons. He's European. These guys have not seen him like get out there and get after it as much, and he's coming up sort of in the middle of the draft, like right in that spot where I expected to see a couple of intentional walks. I didn't hear a lot of the coaches talking about him, but the way that they went after him proves that they know what they're doing. They did their homework. Hodger and Dean really did their homework, because I think that
it's pretty good.
Marcin is actually one of the better guys
sure.
here in this roster, so I think that that's a great pickup.
It's interesting. Our draft order this year is all random, and it can kind of be to an athlete's detriment as far as, potentially being walked if you're in that middle, because, so much money's been put down. You got to save money in the end. You can see our draft order. We are far from done tonight here in Las Vegas. Marcin now standing by with our Alex Wendling.
Marcin standing by with me. He just whispered, it's getting awkward a little bit because we're just standing here. But you are a powerhouse, the Polish Punisher. How are you looking to utilize that size coming for season 7?
I know they don't know me that much, but I'm here to make a statement. I'm here to shoot the word and finish the people. That's what I do all the time. I'm finishing the people no matter the rule set, so I'm here for it.
Yes, ADCC European Trials winner, Polaris Grand Prix winner as well. So you're coming in with a lot of experience, but this will be the first time experiencing something like a PGF season. So what is the mentality going in?
Yeah, just going hard. Yeah, I'm from Poland. We are tough there, so I'm bringing that legendary Polish energy, that legendary Polish power to the table. So
Polish power.
Yes.
Bringing that Polish power. We cannot wait to see it. Congrats.
Marcin ready to go here, part of Season 7. It is PGF World, powered by Once Upon a Coconut. Our draft is continuing. I like that. Polish power in the season. It might be the secret weapon to get him through the gauntlet.
He really could be the secret weapon. Kamoy, Sebastian, and now Marcin. That's starting to shape up as a pretty good team. I feel like they've done a pretty good job in the draft so far. They've got almost $6,000 left to spend on their last 2 athletes. And, man, this team right here, though. Look at this. New Hope still has 7,400 left. That's pretty crazy. It's going to be hard to make a play against New Hope.
Yeah.
If they have somebody that they really want. They're going to be able to muscle you around a little bit. So we'll see which way they're actually thinking, because they're laying in the cut, trying to wait for their moment.
Yep, they got that capital on their side. We'll see when it comes out. Our draft continues here in Las Vegas. It is PGF World Season 7. We go back to the block. Stephen Aiken.
Our next athlete coming up for bid, 3-time Midwest finisher, sub-only champion, Andre Porfirio. Andre, very exciting to have you here. Looking forward to seeing you get to compete this week. Obviously, you guys are looking to get bid up for a lot of money. How many points do you think you're going to put up this season?
Around 20 points is my goal.
Around 20 points. You think that'll get you into the playoffs pretty secure?
Oh, yes.
Cool, man. I think that's a good goal for this season. Let's get you sat down, and we'll open up the bidding for 100 at Andre.
Come on.
Anybody? First form's at 100. I need 2. Intrana's got 2. 3. For first form, they got 3. I need 4. Intrana has that 4. First form's got 5. 6. They got it. First form's at 7, 8, 9,000. 11, 1,200, 1,300. We're at first form's at 13, 14 for Intrana, 15 first form, 16 for Intrana, 17 first form, 18 in Trana, 19 first form, 2,000 in Trana, 2,100 first form, or I'm just saying it because it was next. Yeah, 21. Oh, you want it though. 22? You got it in the budget. It's there. He's gonna choke people. I believe it. 20 points, that's a lot. Going once, I got 2,000 going once. 22. You guys got 22, 23? 23, they're out. 22 going once for Entrana. 22 twice. 2,200 sold to Entrana. Andre Porfirio.
Andre Porfirio going to Entrana. I know they're going to go to war on the mat later this week, BMAC, but going to war, a bidding war right there over Andre Porfirio.
Yeah, back and forth. Both teams, you could tell that, again, they've done their homework. I'm surprised to see guys going for this much here in the middle of the draft. I really thought the middle of the draft we would see several intentional walks. We would see some guys just getting passed on. But if you did your homework on Porfirio, I mean, did you see this the other day, TJ? I saw a highlight. Porfirio outscored somebody about 2 weeks ago, 88-0. He just went and did a tournament to like warm up for the PGF, and he tried to go the distance and not submit the guy, and he racked up 88-0.
That's a basketball score.
Well,
but,
it's half
I mean,
of it's part of a basketball.
It's one team's
score.
basketball score.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. 88-0. And Porfirio, let me tell you something. Porfirio has one of the meanest straight ankle Aoki lock games out there. We saw him. I mean,
Get it out of here. Get the leg game out of here. No one
I'll be
needs
really
legs.
interested to hear what he has to say right here. Also, one of the nicest guys on the whole roster, too.
Absolutely. All right, let's hear what he has to say with Alex.
Standing by with Andre, and you just got chosen, and now you're teammates with 3 previous Season 6 winners. So how do you feel about that?
I feel really good. I'm happy to be on this team because my partners, they have experience on the game, and I'm sure on PGF experience counts a lot. I was actually expecting to be or Carlos or Roger was the two things that I was looking for, and I'm happy that they fought for me. And I'm just excited, and tomorrow will be a crazy battle, and I'm sure I'm going to show up and give a lot of good jiu-jitsu to everyone that is watching.
And you were coached by such a legend in Cyborg. Did he have any special advice for you?
Actually, I left 5 parts at the end of 2022, but I had my coach, Carlos Sanz, coach me the whole year yesterday, and Carlos is an amazing professor. He guided me a lot, and I'm sure all what we train with Wagner Roach on the past and Cyborg on the past as well will pay off this tournament.
Definitely will pay off. We cannot wait to see it. Congrats, Andre.
Thanks, Alex. We are standing by here at draft night for PGF World Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut. I believe we've got 12 athletes signed up. We've had 1 intentional walk thus far in our draft, and there's our draft order. Still some really big names coming up here, B-Mac.
Yeah, so you got Fedor still on the board, Kyle Bain, Chris Wojcik, man, people sleeping on Chris Wojcik, Dory Allen right there. You got Aiken at Rivera, Cam Hurd, but look at that. Carlos only has 1,000 left to pick up his last spot. But, you know, he could get one of these good guys here for 1,000 if he plays his cards right, especially if, you know, he kind of lays back and makes the move that he wants to make. But that pretty much puts Carlos out of the running for any of the guys like Bame or Aiken. So it'd be interesting to see what he does with his last spot.
Absolutely. All right, our draft night continues. We go back to the block with Bobby, both of them, Stephen Aiken.
All right, our next grappler to come up for auction, the Russian Nightmare, Fyodor Nikolov.
He's actually from Russia.
It's Eddie Bravo, black belt,
He
PGF
trains
veteran,
under
season 5,
Eddie Bravo.
made the playoffs. Spoke to you a little bit before the season. You came in ready to score some points. What do you want to say?
Yeah, let me introduce myself first. For those who don't know me, my name is Fyodor Nikolov. I'm a black belt under Eddie Bravo, and I'm from Russia. I've been preparing for this tournament really well. I've been drinking vodka, racing with bears, training in the snow topless. What else? Swimming in ice cold water.
Eating bullets.
Feeling great after all of that, and it will be an honor for me
Not
to
in
be
that
a
way,
part
but
of
jeez.
each team whoever wants me more. Thank you.
Thank you, Fyodor. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Travis has competed against
Anybody got
him
100
once
Fyodor?
or twice. I think maybe once. he beat
100.
him.
Dean Lister and Constellation's got 100. I need 200. Anybody? 200 for first form. 300. Anyone? 300. Constellation's at 300. 400 first form. Need 500. You guys got 5? They got 5. I need 6 first form. You guys in? 600? 600?
Let him know, Jack.
700. New Hope was in at 6. They're at 78. Is it 8? You're good at 8. First form's at 8. I need 9. 900. I asked them first. You got 1,000. Yeah, you got 1,100 then. 1,200. Thank you. 13.
Jack said he's avoiding
They're
the
out of-
draft. Somebody pick him.
You guys got 13. 1,200 going once. 1,200. You guys got 13. 13. I need 14. New Hope's in at 13. They got 14. Okay. Constellation's got 14. You guys got 15. For real this time? Okay. They said no this time. 14. You guys got 15. Going once. 14 going twice. 1,400 sold. Fyodor Nikolov, Constellation Network.
Seemed like
The
a fair
PGF
price. in my
veteran
opinion. I
Fyodor
think
Nikolov goes
pretty
to Dean Lister's Constellation Network, and it was at season 5 we saw Fyodor, not a guy with a lot to say. We saw him say a lot on the mat, and tonight at the draft we see him say a few things and also show off a sense of humor. I love that training regimen.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting training regimen.
Yeah.
He said he's out there wrestling bears, dipping himself in ice baths. And what happens now with Team Constellation is they've put
Pretty sure
themselves in
that's him and
position with
Komoy right there.
$4,400 left to be, and only one athlete left to play. They can go up to $4,400. So they're in a pretty strong position to get exactly the athlete that they might want here at the end. So you can see there, Constellation has 4,400 left. First form, they have 5,800 left, but they
think
still got to
New
pick
Hope
up 2
is
athletes.
trying to scoop up
New Hope,
Ryan
they do
Aiken.
have 7,400 left, but they got to spread that across 3 athletes. You can see Entrana and Carlos Machado there, only 1,000 left. So we'll see what they're able to pick up here at the end. But a couple of strong teams coming together already. Actually, all of these teams looking strong. We'll see what
Oh, what
happens
up,
with Pedro and New Hope
Mango?
here through the middle of the draft, though.
All right, let's check in with Alex, who is standing by with the Russian Nightmare.
Yes, standing by with the Russian Nightmare, a.k.a. the special project from Russia in Eddie Bravo's eyes. So how important is it to you to showcase some gorgeous Eddie Bravo Jiu-Jitsu?
Very important for me.
What's been the
because
best submission
that's
tonight?
The
So
reason why I moved here in the United States.
They haven't actually
represent my
competed.
country,
That
my
starts
team,
tomorrow
my
at
coach.
8 Central
And,
Time. Right
huge
now,
honor to be a part of
they're
the
doing
enlisted
what
team.
it's a draft
Look at him,
basically.
he's the
So
man. Looks
there's
like a head
4
of
teams, and they're gonna
Wolfgang. So
basically
really honor
bid
for
for the
me to be
players they
there.
want on their team.
And you
I think
should have
it's
a fun time. You got
5
Kamoy on
players.
your side, Marcin,
5,
and Sebastian now. So what are you
people
thinking
on their
about that
team.
teammate so far?
Yeah, those guys are high level. Like everybody
Yeah, no
else.
worries. This is
20 guys, everyone high level.
This is pretty new. It's I think
the
it's
Polish
their
guy over there.
second year.
My Slavic
being-
brother. So yeah, nice.
Yeah,
to
I mean, if you want to, there's not.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
streaming
you guys
for the
can share
Mantis,
some vodka
Travis
in
Thomas.
preparation, since that has been helping you with your
I'm a
training
good
camp.
buddy of
Congrats,
his, and
Fedor. We cannot wait to
I'm
see
a
you in
co-host on
action.
his podcast.
Fyodor
and,
Nikolov ready to go here at
He'd already
season
been picked,
7
so
of
now I'm just
PGF
watching the whole
World,
thing.
which is powered by Once
But
Upon
yeah,
a Coconut, and the Russian
I'll be
Nightmare
here
hopes to be
tomorrow
just
at
that
8.
for anyone standing in his way on the mat.
Yeah, so they've already picked up. So
No,
we got
I'm not the
Kamoy,
Mantis, no.
Sebastian, Marcin, and
let's see.
Fedor out to this team. Kyle
I'll
Chambers.
show you real quick. This is
which team
this
he
is
went to
Travis
actually
right
kick
here.
first form.
First form.
We had him on the graphic there, but he's
And
actually
he's
over
only
on
been
team first
competing
form.
for.
So yeah, great
Let me turn
positioning
this down
here
a
by
little bit.
team.
He's only been competing for about 3 years, and he's got his brown belt right now. They've labeled him the dark horse. Maybe you should put a disclaimer.
It's on Patreon. You can follow all my shit.
That's a good point.
There we go.
Travis the Mantis Thomas.
Travis the Mantis Thomas.
My
We
bad.
got an award to give
Yeah.
out before we get
Thanks for the note, for sure. Yeah, 3 years. It's crazy. I'm trying to think. He was tapping out black belts when he was a white belt.
I think that I just want
he's
to
gonna
be
get some,
one of the best martial artists in the world. I want to be
some
known
top
kind of like
players
one of
for
the
sure.
Gracies. When people say my name, they know that I was a great martial artist, not just in
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu,
Mantis.
but in all of them.
It's I actually gave him that nickname. He was doing something called a quintet, and it's like 4v4. And once you go in, you either go until you get submitted, or you can run through the whole team. And he freaking ran through a whole team by himself. And I was like, dude, the way you grab people, you're like a freaking praying mantis. And he just ran with it. I'm not his coach or instructor. I'm just a lifelong friend, good buddy of his. I did coach him in high school wrestling. I had graduated and he started wrestling his senior year, and he was like, yo, can you show me what the deal is? So I coached him and the team here in Alabama. It was their first year having a wrestling team, and I had wrestling background. And Travis went 10-1 his senior year, first time ever wrestling. You got invited to state, but the coach forgot to pay the entry fee for people to basically compete in state, and Travis was disqualified. Wrestling is hard. I freaking loved it. It's a great sport. For sure. I'm going to hop back over to the PGF. This guy should be
100.
going for a lot.
You got it, 1,100. You guys got 12. 1,200. New Hope's in at 12. 13.
Yeah,
first
I think
form.
wrestling
13.
is
They're not
definitely the
waiting.
hardest
14.
Sport in high school.
14.
Maybe
15 first form. They got
second.
It. They got
Or
15,
maybe
16.
first to water polo. I don't
16
know.
for sure. You guys, Indrana? No? 15? Egg 15? Going once? Twice? 15 sold. First
All
form.
right, that's the steal of the draft for sure. That's the steal of the draft. Holy cow. I mean, he's gonna have a really great week. I really think so. He is going at 1,500. That's the steal of the draft. That's insane. This first form team is unbelievable. Paul Ardea, Adam Bradley, Kyle Chambers, Kyle Bame, and they got one roster spot left, and they got $4,300 to play with for that last roster spot. Kyle Chambers, this guy is a machine. He's incredible back
Do you
player.
think anyone can
He's
do a
an
wrestling
incredible
practice?
leg locker. He's
like
a
just
leg
a normal
breaker. He's going to
person?
come out and he's going to score. I think he's going to score in maybe 60% of his matches or more, TJ.
Yeah, we've seen him shine under the bright lights in the past, and many expect him to shine here.
I mean,
PGF.
yeah, for sure.
Season
Anyone
7,
can
I
do
saw
it.
The assistant coach for first four, Matt Elkin, stand up.
If it's
turn
just
to us
if you're
and
just
flex.
wrestling,
he's feeling pretty
or-
confident about how that line
Yeah,
is.
anyone can
Yeah, I
do
don't-
it
I
for
don't know
sure.
if it's a
Maybe
collective
someone
effort,
who
if Roger
has a
is
disability
the
that
brains
can't
behind this. Or
squat,
I know
bend
Matt
down,
Elgin's not the
jump.
brains behind it, but he maybe
He's the muscles,
attempted
wrestling practice wouldn't be good for him.
He's the
but
good looks
yeah.
behind it.
It's
Well,
for
I
everyone,
don't
for
know.
sure.
Roger, he's a pretty handsome fella.
Now, whether you're
too.
going to be good at it or
Whatever
not,
they got,
I think
whatever
depends a lot
concoction
on
they got
your,
going over there, it's working.
your
They've
mental
got,
fortitude
in my opinion,
and
an
your
absolute A++ team
strength
put
for
together
sure.
so far.
Yeah, if you listen to Kyle, though, he's just a shell of a man, and that shell is now standing by with Alex.
That was crazy.
Standing by with Kyle Bame. And, man, you are on a stacked team for First Form right now, but how are you going to support them with so much going on in your personal life right now?
I was just Josh and Alex. I'm actually in great shape right now. I'm going to kill everybody they put in front of me, and my team is definitely winning that 100,000.
So how excited are you for this PGF format? I mean, it's going to be a gauntlet, but you're a very physical opponent and one of the biggest
Oh, and by the way,
on this roster.
Mango, we do, like, when we
Yeah,
stream.
I had to cut a little bit of weight here, but
when I say we, it's
I'm
the
really
Mantis,
excited.
Travis.
I'm excited to see
We
how my body
our
holds up
normal
through a 5-day
stream would be,
tournament.
like Monday
and
through Saturday.
test this out. I've never competed for more than 2 days in a row
10 to
before, so it'll
12
be interesting.
usually.
But I understand it's a marathon.
He's just competing
and,
right now, which is why I'm
just
like
coming
filling
in to
in.
fuck everybody up.
3 matches a night for 4 nights, a regular season, and then, of course, the playoffs at the end there. So do you see yourself in the playoffs?
Yeah, there's no question. I'm going to be in the playoffs, and I'm winning the playoffs.
We can't wait to see it. Congrats, Kyle. Thank you.
Kyle Bame ready to run the gauntlet. That is PGF Season 7. He talked about it. He's never competed more than 2 days in a row. It's called the gauntlet for a reason, BMAC. Kind of describe
I've only
for the
been
people,
to a few
at
wrestling
home that maybe are
practices,
new to
but they
this.
were
This
at
is incredibly
a
taxing. It's not
MMA
like just
gym.
12
That wasn't really
rolls
fun
in
to
the
wrestle.
gym.
What,
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, by the time they hit day 3, especially day 4, their bodies are.
I don't see
reaching
why
the limit.
anyone
a
would
lot of the
learn wrestling
strategy
other than
for
to compete.
PGF
It
is
really
knowing
sucks.
when to step on the gas and knowing when
Yeah,
to hit
it's
the brakes
hard.
a little
It's
bit.
freaking hard. What
Which
did they have
matches
you
that you
do?
can make those decisions.
I mean,
on.
did y'all
It's
drill
very
or did y'all just
strategic.
freaking work
It's
out?
a tough week. It takes a lot out of you physically. It takes a lot out of you mentally, and a lot of times it's the mentally strong guys who have the best strategy. Elijah Carlton, we see him come in and do it every time. He never looks like the biggest, strongest guy, but he always ends up near the top at the end, and that's a huge factor in this PGF format.
Huge prize on the line as well, $100,000 split among the team members of our regular season team winners. And, of course, it gives way to our playoffs coming up on Friday, 8-man tournament. All right, our draft night continues. We go back
Maybe
to the
I
block
just
with
suck,
Stephen
but
A.
the sprawls
Our
killing
next
me.
athlete
I'm a
up,
regular
coming for
guy,
auction,
5'11", but I
ADCC
didn't
veteran
wanna quit.
Chris Wojcik.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm
In
a
my
short
opinion,
guy.
you have
I'm
to pick up Chris Wojcik right here for
5'7".
Team New Hope.
Travis, the Mantis, he's 6'4".
Chris, excited to have you in here.
I'm short and stocky,
how
and I
great
think
is
I was
everything
just
going for you,
built for
on this
wrestling.
day?
But yeah, dude,
certainly better than Kyle.
It can be
but,
rough on your body.
You know, I
for
think there's
sure.
definitely pros and cons to picking me on your team. You know, I'm a little small for this division for sure. I get a lot of submissions. I don't get tapped very
Yeah,
much.
dude,
but,
like throw it. Yeah,
pretty
see,
much
that's
the
something
weight
I
loss
saw
kinda
more in
comes out,
wrestling
so
than
that's what
football,
we're
and I
doing.
played football.
Kind of do.
Well, we look forward to seeing that this
Wrestling
season. We'll go ahead and
really
let you have a seat and get the bidding started at 100.
I think
for
that
Chris.
sport kind of
100
brings the
Constellation's
character
got
out of
100,
you.
and
Kind of shows you
200,
who you really
200
are.
from Intrana.
It's
300 first
it's a
form,
team
got
sport
400,
on top of being
400.
an individual sport.
I need 500 from Intrana. 600 first form.
Oh.
700.
Football is brutal. Yeah, for
Constellation's
sure
at
it
7.
is.
I need 8.
I was a middle
Is that 8?
linebacker,
That's
and
8.
I got
Intrana's
beat
at 8.
up
You guys got
sometimes.
9.
But yeah,
1,000. Constellation's got 1,000. 1,100. No. 1,100. New Hope's
do you
at
think you
1,100.
could ankle pick
1,200.
a football
1,200
lineman?
Constellation. Need 13.
I mean,
13
I guess
New
it
Hope.
just depends on how quick you can be on that
15.
snap, right?
Constellation's at 15. Need 16. 1,600. 17. 1,700. Constellation's at 1,700. Need 18. Y'all want it? No? 1,800. New Hope Dream Generation's got 1,800. 2,000? 2,000. Constellation's at 2,000. We need 21.
The right answer, for sure.
21? No? 2,000 going once? You got 21? 2,100? 2,300 Constellation. You got 24? 2,300 going once? 2,300 going twice? 24?
Sold, man.
2,400?
First form coming
25?
Sold, you know?
27. Constellation at 27. I need 28 now.
Oh, do you?
28.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, look at the charts.
28
Run the
going
numbers.
once, 28 going twice. Sold,
27's
you know?
going once. Constellations, 27 twice. 2,800? 2,800 first form. 3,000 Constellation. 3,100. 3,000 once. Twice. Sold. 3,000 Constellation Network.
Good pickup. That rounds out their team, doesn't it?
It does. 5 members now drafted for Dean Lister's Constellation
3,000.
Network. The last
I did
being
not
Chris
think he was gonna
Wojcik.
go that
And
high.
there was some late drama, some bids coming in when you thought maybe it was wrapping up, but ultimately it's Constellation Network that lands Chris Wojcik.
Yeah, and arguably the best leg locker here on the roster lands with the boogeyman, Dean Lister, the man who was really responsible for bringing leg locks into the modern jiu-jitsu game. And they're going to have some very interesting notes to compare, I think. Chris just had a great run at ADCC. He looked fantastic. Chris, one of the more cerebral grapplers you're ever going to meet as well. So he's a great addition to that Constellation team. They have a really nice squad there. Kamoy, Sebastian, Marcin, Fyodor, and Chris.
Are you surprised that we already have one complete team where we're at with the draft?
A little bit, but man, I think that's going to put New Hope in position to just come in and scoop people up on the cheap here. Well, you see that Chris just has that nasty lock, and that you saw him there in that clip. Was a win over Brad Schneider, and Brad got drafted to Team New Hope. So we know that Chris has already got wins over a lot of the guys in this field. Very dangerous guy. I think he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with this week. That's a good pickup good steal. I think Chris is one of the better guys in the roster.
He's the fifth and final piece for the main roster in Season 7 for Dean Lister's Constellation Network. And now Alex is standing by with Chris Wojcik.
Yes, Constellation Network closes out their team with Chris Wojcik, and you are coming off of a great one at ADCC 2024 World Championships. Are you looking to carry some of the momentum into this PGF season?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely looking to carry the momentum going forward.
And you're getting a lot of good
Do
training
you like
over
coaching?
there at B Team.
I mean, honestly, I haven't coached
focus on the
in,
rule set that PGF has and the
I
kind
don't
of
know,
points
10
that you're going to have
years,
to focus
over
on.
10 years, and
Yeah,
I wasn't even paid to
always
do it.
tailoring my training
Just
to whatever.
did it out of kindness.
It's
on my
always kind
free
of
time.
changing.
And what are your thoughts? You're the final member on this Constellation Network team.
I don't know.
So
I
you
was
know who
more
your
of an
teammates are. You
athlete
know who
than-
you're going in to the
No, I
gauntlet
wasn't
with. How are you
paid.
feeling
It was.
towards
I think we have a tough team. A lot of guys who are like
How it
really
worked
hard
was,
to kill. A lot of tough Eastern European.
I went to this high school, ended up leaving my 10th grade year, went back to old school that I used to wrestle at because the school I left didn't have a wrestling team. And I told the football coach that I wanted to go wrestle. He told me he would get a wrestling team. Well, he didn't. Well, 2 years later, he did get a wrestling team. I ended up graduating high school early, and Travis, the Mantis, was still going to school there playing football, and he started the wrestling team. And Travis called me and was like, "Yo, the football coach wants to talk to you." And I answered the phone. I was like, "What's up?" And he said, "Hey, we started a wrestling team. I told you we'd do it. Do you think you could come and coach these guys?" And I said, "Sure." Yeah, I did it. So I actually dated a girl that was there. So on my it was like an hour drive, but I worked during the daytime, and then after work I would drive to go coach Travis and then the younger kids. So, and then I saw my girlfriend at the same time. So
rewards in crypto for the data you provide.
yeah, we actually just had a reunion. Neither one of us. I think it was our. Yeah, it was our first reunion, the 10-year reunion. We didn't go. Me and Travis didn't go.
Hope lives here.
What was fun? Was the reunion fun, or was the coaching wrestling? Because we didn't go to the reunion, and I think Travis is like. Yeah, we didn't go to the high school reunion.
Jiu-jitsu is more than just a sport.
So
it's a lifestyle.
we skipped that.
It's about community, love, and respect.
We still talk to,
And that's exactly
some of
what
the
Epic
people,
Roll stands for.
but
when you wear Epic Roll, you're part of something bigger,
usually
a global
after high
tribe
school
of
you get your main
grapplers that are
core
all
and then
connected
just
in
run
their
with
love of
them
the sport.
after
Our gear
that.
was created by black belts who know exactly how important comfort and durability are when it comes to your training gear. We know once you try Epic Roll, you'll see exactly what the hype is all about. Don't just do it, be epic.
So the PGF is just like any sports league. We just do it with jiu-jitsu. Everything starts with the player draft. We take 20 world-class athletes and we split them up into 4 teams. Each team is led by one of the most legendary athletes in jiu-jitsu history. Once the teams are
we talked
established,
about
the regular
going to
season
the reunion,
begins.
but
Every athlete gets 12
Travis is in
regular
Las
season
Vegas
matches.
right now
The matches
competing.
are
He's
6
got
minutes
other
long,
things on his
and
plate.
in the PGF, you can
I
only
work
win
full-time, so.
via submission. If you win by choke, which we call a kill, you get 6 points towards the playoff. If you win with a joint lock, we call that a break, you get 3 points towards the playoff. If the match goes to a draw, both athletes get 0 points towards the playoff, and any submission that you land in under a minute gets an extra point. The team that accumulates the most points during the regular season splits $100,000. The top 8 scoring athletes advance to the PGF playoffs, where they have a chance to become the PGF champion and win an additional $20,000.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you.
We can agree that living in the past is not the way. It's bad to linger on
An
things.
acute
you
understanding
accomplished.
of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in salt electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
I'm sitting here just jamming out to ads. Speaking of ads, Mango, you should check out our, if you're 18 or older, I can't remember if it's 18, no, 21 or older, you should check out our sponsor, Level. I honestly can't even tell you how to find, it's linked somewhere in Twitch, somewhere on this page or channel. Did you want to be a professional athlete? I think most of my friends will admit that. I did not. Not me. Travis, though, the Mantis, he's that's been his goal his entire life. He used to play football. He cheerlead. Well, I say he was a cheerleader for, I think, a season in college. But honestly, he was super good at baseball. And but just about 4 years ago, he found jiu-jitsu, or 3.5 years ago, he found jiu-jitsu, and it's been his bread and butter.
About passion, but about prestige and the promise of real rewards.
Get that mentality, man. I'm going to beat them up. Whoever's in front of you is just a body that can be beat.
This is the new age of jiu-jitsu, where skill meets spectacle, and one move is the difference between fortune and failure.
Bro, we're fucking in the wildlife. It's like fucking 20 dudes in here with testosterone competing against each other, trying to break each other's shit. Like, we're gonna have some shit to
Yeah, me too. It's a beautiful thing. I'm super proud of him, for sure. Yeah, I know, it's weird. I remember one of his first, I think it might have been his first jiu-jitsu competition. It was in some place in Tennessee. I don't even remember the name of it. It was like a rundown downtown area in a abandoned gas station parking lot. And he won that tournament, but there's a business behind it, and it was called Tasty Cakes, I think. So we all were joking with him, like, look at you, you're the Tasty Cake champion. Yeah, Tasty Cakes. So it was a bakery, and he went from doing that to like going out and competing in front of Eddie Bravo. I don't know if you know who that is. He's just been tearing this industry apart. Like, he's up and coming for sure. And it's hard to be like, oh yeah, he's up and coming. I'm his best friend though. Yeah, for sure. The 10th Planet Pioneer. Yeah. I got to meet Eddie in Arizona. I think it was the beginning of this year. Super cool. That was surreal. I was like, holy crap. I met Eddie Bravo. I met the bass player for Nickelback. I saw Lex Friedman. It's been crazy, from Tasty Cakes in the middle of Tennessee to this higher level. It's crazy.
4,300 left. He's only got one spot left. You got to think that they're sitting there with that 4,300 going to make a play for Ryan Aitken coming up in the last spot. But Pedro and Team New Hope, they got 7,400 left. You know they're sitting there ready to make a play for Aitken. Machado was over here, though. Carlos and his team.
I could definitely see that, yeah, for sure.
Over here scheming up something with the first form team and Hodger Gracie.
It's
so
crazy until it
see
happens
what
to you, and
just
then
shook
it's
out,
just
you know.
normal. Yeah.
Maybe Bobby has the scoop. I'm not sure what's about to happen here, to be honest with you.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's go to Stephen Aiken and see what's going on here in Las Vegas. Stephen, take it away.
After heated discussions, there was no trade being able to
Oh,
come
shoot.
to fruition, unfortunately.
Gosh, I thought they were about to have a trade.
Every time. Okay, so now we'll start back up with our next athlete coming down. A very exciting grappler, a very handsome grappler, somebody who's going to be fun to add to your team for sure. Ernesto Rivera. Ow. Ernesto, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. What can these guys expect from you this season?
I appreciate you lying on the handsome. I'm like medium ugly at best, but that's all right.
Medium ugly.
I think pound for pound, I'm better than anybody in the room, so that's all I'll say about that.
Hey, I like that answer. It's my job to hype you guys up, though, so if I can make you feel pretty, I want to. Take a seat. All right, we're going to go for 100 for Ernesto. Has anybody got 100 for Ernesto? 100? 100? New Hope's got 100. Do I have 200? 200? 200 at Entrana? 300? New Hope? 300? 400 Entrana, they got it? 500? 500, 6? 600? 7? 700? 8? Entrana's got 8? 900? Y'all interested? Nah. 900 New Hope? 1,000 Entrana? 1,100 New Hope? 1,100 going once? 1,100? You have the 1,100. Going twice? Sold. 1,100 Ernesto Rivera.
All right.
New Hope, you sign this paper for me, sir?
That's going to be one of
New
Travis's
Hope gets
teammates.
Ernesto Rivera. You could see Carlos Machado was trying to get him, but ran out of capital, B-Mac.
Yeah, he ran out of money. I think this is a good pickup for New Hope. This really helps to solidify a real good foundation for them, especially if they leave enough. They got to pick up 2 more players. They got 6,300 left to do it, so they got to pick up 2 more. But this puts them in a good position. They got to make a really smart play with their next draft because they don't want to spend more. They don't want to spend so much that they leave themselves with less than 4,300 to negotiate with. Whoever's got the most money at that last pick. I mean,
You said Travis always wanted to be an athlete. Do you think when you're that confident in yourself, you wouldn't be able to live another lifestyle that contradicts your goals?
In the draft because he got intentionally walked earlier, so
You wouldn't be able to live another lifestyle that contradicts your goals. I think it happens all the time. I think it's all around. People like that are all around us.
Our draft night continues. We've got Ernesto standing by with Alex. Alex, take it away.
I think that they'll find themselves to be very, maybe even depressed or sad if they don't live out their goal, right? Like, if you have that much confidence in yourself, you're gonna be doing something to try to achieve that goal. You know, maybe your goal. I don't. Yeah.
My jiu-jitsu is just really fucking good, so I feel like that was a fair statement to say.
I think the biggest reason why people hate athletes is because they wish they were in their position. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, wouldn't it be awesome to be blessed with just like God get like these abilities to just freaking do whatever you want to do, as far as like sports goes? Because Travis is an athlete. He was born to do some type of sports, and like he's 6'4", right? I'm 5'7". He's we weigh about the same. He's a little bit more than me, but he is so much stronger than I am. And like the way I look at it is like you just have to kind of be real with yourself. It's like when I wrestled, Travis couldn't he couldn't take me down really. He would try his best to pin me or take me down. He couldn't do it. Now I've warmed up with Travis grappling, and it hurt just warming up with him. Like, it was something about it. It was like warming up with a freaking like oak tree. Just anything he did, it hurt like around my body. And so I think yeah, people can envy for sure. But I think they just got to be real with themselves, and like if you're not built to do something, then maybe you have a different purpose. But Yeah, they just got to find it. They got to look inside themselves to find what that is.
15 other grapplers out there that aren't on Team First Form, or 16 that have something to say about that. That's fair.
All right, thanks, guys. The Fantasy Corner with Jason Anik and the man they call Egghead. We'll be checking in with them a little bit more later tonight with our draft, but of course, all week long, as fantasy is such a huge part of PGF World Season 7. And why don't you tell people how they can get in on the action real quick before we continue our draft?
Well, you're going to go to pgf.global. You're going to be able to go ahead and register there. You're not going to be able to go totally live with your team.
Grapplers have a strange universal experience. There's no bigger truth than grappling because it's so hard to do. You would have to be really, really lucky to win on accident. For sure. I'll say this, though. Grappling is kind of... it's kind of like playing chess, right? Like, if you make one stupid move, then it could be over for sure. And you could be way better than another opponent. There's a guy named Craig Jones, and he has this thing where Craig Jones is like thought to be the second best in the world, second to Gordon Ryan, who's thought to be one of the world's greatest grapplers. But Craig Jones, if he gets tapped during training or seminars or anything like that, he'll let his opponent tap him 3 more times. That way that...
You put dudes on notice every time you step on the
Okay, so you're aware of Craig Jones. Yeah, he'll let other guys beat him. Or if they beat him, he'll let them do it like 3 more times. That way, if that guy goes to try to tell the story that he tapped Craig Jones, that guy would have to say, I did it 4 times. Which kind of sounds stupid. If you said you did it once, that's like, dang, dude. Heck yeah. But who's going to tap Craig Jones 4 times? Other than Gordon Ryan, maybe. I'm not saying it can't be done by any means, but Craig Jones is the man.
100's going once. You guys got 200. Okay, New Hope's got 200. I need 300. You got 3. I need 4. New Hope, 400. 400. Need 500. And Toronto's got 500. I need 600 New Hope.
I'll say this too, talking about grappling being hard and stuff. I think the last couple matches that Travis lost, I'm pretty sure it was because he just made a stupid move. He was trying something different, or he just thought he could do something. He just like made a mistake, and boom, it's over with. So Craig Jones is like the one gamer who has high enough score to not. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know if you saw the. I don't know if you saw the Craig Jones Invitational, but geez, man, that was something else. The CJI.
Cam Hurd goes to New Hope Regeneration. It is his 3rd straight season here.
Yeah, CJI was a fever dream for sure. Oh,
this gauntlet is a grind, and if there is a
I thought it was it's beautiful.
the
pit is what the PGF needs to do, which is what we're watching right now. I think if you're doing any type of like,
he gets better and better, and man,
if you're trying to televise jiu-jitsu, I think it needs to be in the pit, which I don't know if you know. I think you should know what the pit is, but if you don't, it's like you got like walls that are sloped on all 4 corners, and we need lava next time. Yeah. The lava needs to be on the outside of the pit. Oh, and the Mantis is actually in the YouTube chat right now.
That's one that we've used a lot in our promos over the years.
He's looking stylish on draft night as well.
For sure.
Standing by with Alex.
Yes, we got DMV in the building. Cam Hurd, and B-Mac just described you as thick because you've been putting on some muscle for this season. So how are you feeling going in?
I feel good. You know, I've been preparing for this for like 5 months. Put on a solid like 20 pounds.
I understand the pit. You can't just use BS takedowns into out of bounds. Yeah, for sure. Which, I mean, man, the PGF, it's on season 7 right now. All the older seasons, they were like held at a church in Alabama. And I mean, sometimes these guys would run into the crowd and stuff just to play it safe. But the pit, I mean,
PGF.
That's
because
it.
You could go
You
in
gotta put it
and
all
not
out
get,
on the line.
you could go into the draw, have a great match, but not get the points. So when you're looking at this season, what is the biggest goal for you? Because you are one of the PGF athletes with the most experience. So how do you want this season to be different for you?
You know, I'm looking to get into that finale and take home that big shiny belt over there. And to do that, you got to score a lot of points. So, like I said, since the last season, I've been improving a lot. Been working on my kills and my breaks and finding ways to get those points on.
Mango, jiu-jitsu in space next, zero gravity. Have you seen the car jiu-jitsu where they have jiu-jitsu matches inside cars and they're like buckled up in the front seat? I'm sure Eddie Bravo already thought of that though.
That's quite a book. I'm going to have to look into that book that Cam Hurd's carrying around.
Yeah, Eddie. He's probably all about that kind of stuff. You've seen car jiu-jitsu, yeah. There's also something about a tire. You got to try to put it.
All right, let's go back to Stephen A.
I did car jitsu with my girlfriend. Is that? Yeah, I did. That was good. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is what you make it, right? If you want to break a little sweat.
Dory, it's great to have you here, man. What can these coaches expect if they put you on their team?
Man, I'm ready to go. I think I caught a contact high sitting next to Eddie Bravo. But other than that, I'm ready to go, man.
Called Eddie out.
Winning the qualifier, so I'm a good asset to the team.
Good asset to the team. Let's go ahead, get you seated, have us start at 100 for Dory. Does anybody have 100 for Dory? 100, 200. Intrana's got 200, 300. 1,000. First form. That's it. That's it. 1,100. Nobody. 1,000 going once. First
Right, man. When we were in Arizona, I was leaving.
Dory.
It was inside of a freaking high school. We were in a gymnasium. They had the whole production set up. The production was sick. Like, it looked professional. But on the outside of what you see on the screen, it was a gymnasium in a high school. And I was leaving to go to the vehicle to go get, I think, water or something. And Eddie was standing out there with his posse, and they were smoking. And Eddie was telling a story, and man, it just skunk right in my face.
To where nobody could outbid him, really.
But I agree. I was definitely privileged for sure.
Winner. What did his qualifier look like?
It looked awesome. He was really dominant. The thing is, though, he only got one submission at the qualifier. He looked great. Positionally, he was phenomenal. His gas tank is out of this world. He's a super hard-nosed positional winner. The thing is, he only got the submission in the last match at the qualifier. So he got the submission when it counted.
Right.
But man, in the PGF,
that guy that's talking right now with the glasses, that's Brandon McCatherine. He's the commissioner of what we're watching right now, the PGF. He actually owns the 10th Planet Gym in Decatur, Alabama. That's Travis's head coach. But Travis trains under a guy named Matt Scaff. Not a lot of people know Matt Scaff, but he's a wizard.
Team definitely stacked, as you see it completed
in the arts
on
of
your
jiu-jitsu.
screen there. All right, Dory now is standing by with our Alex Wendling.
Yeah, standing by with Dory. We're just talking about hoops because we love sports, and PGF is everything you love about sports plus jiu-jitsu. So you have a college basketball and football background. So what do you love about the PGF? Because we really put a sports mindset on this promotion.
Right. It brings back like the team aspect of it. So jiu-jitsu is an individual sport, but now I got a 5-man roster. So it depends what position they need me at. I could play point guard. I could play shooting guard. I could body some people up at center, whatever they need. I'm here.
In a very stacked roster that you got added to, I mean, was that kind of a top pick for you, getting chosen for first form and also to be coached by the GOAT, Haja Gracie?
Yeah, definitely. I was very excited about that. I was the 19th pick, so I got to see the whole draft unfold, and I was like, after this draft,
so this next guy, his name's Ryan Aiken. He's, I think he won the EBI Eddie Bravo Invitational. I mean, he did win it, I'm pretty sure.
We are
but
back here
I just don't remember how long ago that was.
It is draft night, PGF World Season 7. You know, looking at the team dynamic, Dorian brings that up. He's the 5th and final member to First Form, and I think we're going to kick it over to Egg and Jason. Egg, a lot of people are thinking First Form might be in first place come the end of the season. Your thoughts on how they look completed?
So their first 4 picks were in the top. So the first top, their first 4 picks were in the top 6. So
I would train at 10th Planet, but I caught ringworm like 4 times from my local gym. Yeah, man, I could. Stuff can get you for sure. Most of the guys I know all take care of themselves. It's just like those randoms in the gym that just, I don't know if their immune system just can handle the nastiness, but yeah, people need to freaking shower, cut your fingernails,
Yeah, they're gonna
at least.
Period.
Wow, bold.
They're going to win, period?
That was pretty bold.
That's, punctuating their picks, to say the least. The man with the 20-pound brain egghead thinking it's an A-plus squad. And, Dory brought up that it's a team dynamic. It very much is. All week, would you call it
One
an
time
A-plus
someone
squad
clipped their
pick?
nails while the coach was instructing.
I feel like just looking
yeah,
at the way
bro.
it's played out so far.
If I saw that and I had any kind of authority,
toughest
I'd be like, all right, out, go. You're done. Like, freaking
squad.
leave.
I named who I thought was the toughest team.
I mean, take care of that before you get on the
Didn't
mats.
play out that way.
No.
It was actually probably one of the quote-unquote weaker teams on paper in Marshall last season with their coach Jean-Jacques Machado. They're the ones that came out because they had a well-balanced team. But I feel like this first form team is just, it's an all-star squad.
Yeah, let's not forget the X factor of our season. We've got alternates that
Yeah,
can
that's
still
true.
play a big factor.
That is very
We had
true.
8 alternates
Everyone
last
thinks
year.
different.
6 of them made their way into the regular season, and we're fingers crossed that no one gets hurt. But it is a gauntlet, a marathon of matches.
Travis,
and
I see
anything
you
can happen.
in
We'll
the
see if the alternates
YouTubes.
Play a factor.
They will.
I don't
play a
think you
factor.
can
Like,
hear me,
There's never
but
been
we
a
love
season
you.
of the PGF where the alternates didn't play a factor. We have 2 alternates, 8 total, 2 for each team. Last season, 6 of them got playing time. In season 5, we had to like go and grab extra alternates because we ran out of alternates. We had to go and call people in straight off the bench. So they're gonna see the floor. They're gonna get some playing time.
All right, we'll get to our alternate draft after we conclude our main roster selections, and we will continue that right now. Let's go back to the block with Stephen Aiken.
The 20th athlete to come up for auction is the EBI Absolutes champion, 2-time CJJ Worlds champion, and main character jiu-jitsu champion, Ryan Aiken.
Well, there's no question where he's going to land. New Hope, really the only team
That's
that
gonna.
play.
Ryan is going to be on Travis's team.
Welcome to the PGF.
And Travis
I think
went
so,
against
right? I think so.
Ryan,
Looks like you're taking a nap over
and he
there.
made a stupid mistake and got
20th guy
caught
to come
for
up
it.
big. Obviously,
He looks
I
strong
know
and stuff,
it's
but I
already
think
decided where
Travis
you're going, I think, a little
is
bit.
stronger than
I think
Ryan,
everybody
which is
should
crazy to
see how many
say.
points.
Based off looks,
fall
but
matches, I think just like 18, 20 points is all I need, but I'm gonna shoot for like 30. I know some of the best guys have been doing like 30 every season.
That's what's up. A lot of you guys are saying about 20, so if everybody gets about 20, that's not going to be enough. So I think 30 might be the goal now.
All right.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's have it see Ryan for half a second there. We're going to open the bidding for Ryan at $5,200.
I'm surprised it's not
New Hope,
lagging.
Do you have
I want to
5,200?
knock on wood.
5,200 for Ryan Aiken. Sold. New Hope Regeneration. Congratulations.
5,200 points.
No
Yeah,
surprise there, Ryan
Mago.
Aiken
Latency is good. Yeah,
with
it
New
was
Hope
bad at the
Regeneration.
beginning. Like,
And,
I thought it was me.
accolades there.
I was like, oh, it has to be
plenty.
me.
CJJ World
But
Champion, EBI
it's picked up
World
for sure.
Champion. Now this week he hunts for a PGF Team Championship, and we'll probably see him in the playoffs if he does well. Your thoughts on Ryan Aiken's style in this PGF format?
Well, a lot of people felt like Ryan was the top guy coming in. There was kind of some debate going back and forth. It was like, is it Bame, is it Ardea, or is it Ryan? But most people had those 3 guys as their top 3. And with Ryan sitting down at the bottom of the draft, you knew people were just sitting there waiting to make a play for him. What was
Streaming
the
is
official
not
bid?
easy as it
was
looks,
officially
but easy to
5,200?
maintain. Yeah.
I believe that's the amount of money they had left. So without any reason to keep money in the bank, you might as well spend it all. So that's,
yeah, might
that's
as
the number.
well. That's a pretty tough squad. I mean, any squad that you add Ryan Aiken to becomes very, very dangerous very quickly. You got Ryan, you got Cam, Ernesto Rivera, Brad Schneider, Travis Thomas. So you got 2 of the guys that everybody kind of expected to go for big money, and Travis and Ryan. But then you got Ernesto right there in the middle, and Ernesto's a guy that a lot of people were sleeping on. I think he's going to be able to come out and do some real damage this week. You got
That's the team. There's the Mantis right there.
Grappler and Cam, and then you got Brad. Really one of the more diverse and eclectic games of anybody here on the roster. That
Travis squeezed this guy like it was nothing.
Yep, definitely. I mean, again,
But they're
going to
be on teams until Monday or next Saturday.
Now he's going to have an interview with our Alex Wendling.
Yes, standing by with Ryan Aiken, and I gotta ask, what was it like just watching the whole draft go down?
Nerve-wracking. Andy Varela, PJ Barch, this is for you guys.
Where's the audio? I had to open my mouth. I wanted to hear what he said.
Saving all their money for you, and I think now you are the highest bidded athlete, and you are going over to a very, very strong team. So what is your mindset going in?
Mago, Uncle Dana found the street for real, dude. We're just out here trying to get the crumbs. Leave us alone.
I'm here for the bracket at the final, so if I could just make it in the top 8, that's all I need.
And PGF has $100,000 on the line, then $20K for the playoff as well. So what does it mean to you to be competing for a promotion that is putting on that type of money?
So the PGF's pretty groundbreaking. First of all, we're in this dope-ass room that has like these soundproof curtains.
Imagine if you actually pay for UFC pay-per-views. Yeah, for sure.
Which so it feels like you're on a movie set.
I know. Like,
and that's something I've never
in
experienced.
Like actual UFC, like MMA, is fighting.
So it really feels like you're in a real studio.
And this is just
right
jiu-jitsu grappling, which is not as entertaining. But I mean, we're about to get. Let's see, Sunday through Friday. We're about to, or Monday through Friday, we're about to see jiu-jitsu matches, hardcore jiu-jitsu matches, because they only get 6 minutes, and it has to be, you have to go for submissions. There's a rule set for if you don't get a submission in 6 minutes, but like these guys have to go out there and lay it on the line. But they're streaming this on YouTube for free Monday through Friday.
And if this is
it is on the UFC Fight Pass on Saturday, so you do have to pay for that. But man, that's a lot of jiu-jitsu for free.
It's
with some like
an elevated experience, taking jiu-jitsu to a whole nother level.
Well-renowned athletes. It's crazy.
The season and the strategy going in. Are you going to be hunting for kills, or are you going to just be trying to mix it up?
I'm hunting for kills for sure. Someone's going to have to put points on that board, and it looks like it's going to be me. So, this is a great opportunity for me to really bring out that animal on the mat. And there's some really good guys out here that I want to get some wins over. So I'm excited about that. And
want to drop any names?
Mango, I bought the UFC Fight Pass for a bit to watch Nicky Rod versus Gordon Ryan, but I canceled later. Yeah. Yeah, see, luckily Travis, being the athlete that he is, he's always watching stuff, so he's got the UFC Fight Pass, so I got to watch it for free, but yeah, I totally feel that.
It kind of explains why PGF is so different. Ryan, a veteran of some big shows, he's done well on their shows. He's talking about our secret location. PGF is different for so many reasons.
There's a lot of speculation that Nicky Rod can beat
He'll be the main character
Gordon
of a
Ryan.
movie-type run here this week in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Ryan's going to be a real problem. If you find yourself
I
across
hear that.
the
If you're not
map from
sharing
Ryan Aiken,
your social
you got one of the
medias,
best
you're doing it wrong
grapplers
for sure.
in the world
I
standing
freaking
across
pay for
from him. He had
Netflix, and I
just
share
that
it with like
huge
3 or
win
4
at
people.
ADCC, the big
Sharing is
submission
caring
win.
for sure.
We've seen him.
Mango
come out
knows
and
what's up.
You and I have sat mat side and watched him run people over at Combat Jiu-Jitsu.
So this
at
is
the
the
EBI
team here.
Absolutes. That was just an incredible run. that he
Travis
had.
is
He took out
actually.
some
This is
giant
crazy.
Killers at that
On the
EBI
mock
Absolute
draft,
tournament.
Travis
Ryan
took
is-
like 2nd or 3rd as one of
he's
the
a lot of
highest
people's
that was
number one,
bidded
and
on.
it's not
And the
accident
mock
that he's
draft
there.
was
He's
done
earned
by
that
people who
position.
are
He's
running
earned
the
that
PGF.
confidence.
Yeah, and
So
you know, it
it's
was
pretty
just
interesting.
random that he was the number 20 pick in our draft, and he kind of talked about that. He said it kind of sucked having to sit back.
No,
and
I don't
and
think
watch
Netflix is
everyone
worth
come
it
in.
at all. I
Yeah, I guess it
actually
probably did
don't
put
even
him under a
watch
little bit of
TV.
stress,
I
but
threw my TV. I
in
didn't
the
throw
end,
it
all
out. I
played out
sold
pretty
it.
good. He ends up
But
on
I
the New
don't.
Hope team
I
with
have
Coach Pedro Sauer.
my 3
And I think
monitors
Pedro's gonna
that
have a
I
lot of
work
wisdom to
on,
offer
and
to his
then
guys. And,
stream
you know, this is a
and
young,
talk to
this is a young
Travis
team
with,
here,
and that's
this New
about
Hope
it.
Team. Thomas, Schneider,
I think movies suck
Rivera,
now.
Hurd, Aiken, like these guys, they're gonna
My
really
personal
benefit
opinion.
from having somebody like Pedro in their corner all week, and of course Mika as well.
Absolutely, they are in it to win it. $100,000 on the line for our
For sure,
regular
Mango.
season team winner. Of course, it leads up to our playoff finale coming up on Friday for another $20,000 for the winner of our 8-man tournament. Should we finally get Caleb Crump on a team?
Yeah, let's bring Crump up here and let's see if we can give him this 1,000 right here.
This
If they're
guy
so
that
patient,
that's
maybe
coming
they can
up,
take it away.
all the teams
Our final
passed on.
athlete for the regular PGF Season 7
Forgot about
draft
this
will be
guy.
Caleb Crump. Caleb, I'm going to give you the mic for a second, man. Let you speak. Just tell everybody how you're feeling one more time after being
What's the worst part of going to the
intentionally
movie
walked into the
theater?
back. I think you
Freaking
landed on a good
the
team, though,
people.
with that happening to you, so maybe
Being
it was a
around
blessing
other
in
people.
disguise there.
Absolutely.
I mean,
man. I'm grateful to be here. I have no
yeah.
doubt God's hands is on everything, and everything happens for a reason. So now I got a chip on my shoulder, and I'm going to show out all week. Grateful to be on a great team.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. You're going to go with Entrana and Coach Carlos Machado.
Yeah, dude, you go to the movie theater, you got to
Caleb
deal
Crump,
with people
landing
talking,
on
freaking
team in
snacking
Toronto.
on stuff, which
Coach
I'm
Machado,
guilty
key
as well.
coach, and
But
B-Mac, I see
gosh,
he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I like hearing that, to be honest with you. He's in there with these
Oh, you worked that
experienced
one?
guys. Carlton, Asari, had it, and
I
then
bet it was hell.
Porfirio. This is a really
I
strong
worked
squad.
at a
This is-
skating rink for a little bit.
You could make an argument
That
that
was hell.
this team could win as well. I mean, just the experience of Carlton, Asari, and Haddad, and then Crump as
Jack
well.
Reed
he
on
went through
YouTube. You
this. He
remember
didn't actually
when
get out
we
there and play, but
saw
he got to sit
Blair
and
Witch in
watch
Hawaii?
This happen, so he knows what these guys are going through. He knows what he's going to have to do. And look at this. We're watching him. This is a guy who's got not just jiu-jitsu experience. He's a tough human being with a ton.
And the
of
Hawaiian guy
combat
came out of the
experience.
bushes
Caleb
at the
Crump,
red
he's been on
light.
a big winning streak here lately as well. So I'm
Was
very
that the? Are you
excited to see
talking
what
about
he
the
can bring to the table.
Spider-Man
He
guy
does land on a very strong squad.
over there by steak plate,
At least,
Jack?
to me, the second strongest squad as I just look at it. And I think some people are going to make
What was the
argument
worst
that
part working there?
because of the experience of
The
Carlton,
parents
Asari,
would
and Haddad,
leave their kids at the
in the
skating
PGF
rink,
format,
and
that this could
so
be
the
the
kids
strongest.
would just do
I
whatever
think
they
it
wanted,
happened
and
during
I would
the
have to go
PGF
and check all the
match
rooms
days,
that were
and
locked
they'll
or
kick
not
off
locked,
tomorrow,
but
before
we
get
weren't
there, let's
using,
go back to
and you could
Alex
catch
Wendling and
kids
chat with Caleb Crump.
doing inappropriate
Standing
things
by
in
with
there,
Caleb
drugs.
Crump, and you were
Had a
here
kid pull a
last
knife
season
out
as
on me
an
one
alternate.
time.
You got to watch
Yeah,
Team
kids
X
are
Marshall
animals.
take it to the top, and now you're teammates with some of those folks.
Oh,
So how are
you're
you
asking me
feeling
about
being
that
on a really
movie?
stacked
No,
team?
me and my
hyped. I'm
my
grateful.
buddy,
We're
he's
gonna
in
win it again, you know?
I love that.
he's in
And
the
you have some
YouTube
MMA
chat.
experience
He
as
was
well, so
asking.
how
He
do you
was talking
feel
about
like
the time
that
when we were in
physicality will help in
Hawaii.
the PGF season being such
We
a
watched that
gauntlet?
movie and we were walking
Yeah,
down the
I
street. I
train
think it was that
hard all
night.
the
Correct me
time.
if I'm
I'm
wrong, Jack.
ready for this,
And
absolutely.
just a
I've been
random guy
prepared, and,
jumps out.
you know,
Me
I'm
and you
grateful to
went.
have a
Jack
bunch of
said.
the same
Me and you
teammates
went
from
to
the
a
winning
movie,
season
and on the
last
way
season.
home, there was a
Caleb
huge
Crump, we can't
Hawaiian
wait to
that came
see
out
you
of the
get it
bushes,
done. Good luck, my
chasing
friend.
your Jeep. Oh, dude, I
Ready to
do
go,
remember
and
that.
season 7
Holy
kicks off
crap!
tomorrow with match day
Bringing back
1 in Las
memories.
Vegas. Our teams have
Yeah,
been
we were
rounded out. All
leaving,
4 have 5
and it
members,
just
and
these guys come out of nowhere. Or
let's check
I
in with
I thought it was
Ryan
multiple
Murphy,
guys, but a guy comes
Cincinnati,
out
the man they call
of
Eggman.
nowhere chasing, like just running after us. I don't know why. I don't know if we did anything. I don't think we did anything.
So
And-
we're not going to crown first form quite yet here before anyone's hit the mats, are we?
I might have got a little excited, but they did do a really
Yeah,
good job.
Jack.
defending. All right,
100
so,
points for
you know,
unlocking
the
a
commissioner
memory.
brings
Good
up a
job,
great
dude.
point. We do have 3 returning champions of the PGF from that ex-Marshall team in that Intrana team. You know, Elijah Carlton, Davis Asari, Nathan Haddad. But they're also all kind
Yeah,
of
for
small
for
this
Bad
season,
timing.
because we did go up in size for this season. So that could be a little tough. But but adding Andre Porfirio to that group, I mean, all those guys guys can get sacks.
Haha, it was for no
And
reason.
props to
Skinny
Tom,
white guys,
a
yeah.
tough guy because he went to Enigma Invitational 15.
Jack, were
He
you
was
with
both
us
a
when
105
we
and
came
205
to the
player
house
and
one
got the
day
finale
and
both.
there was
So
just
he-
a
he's used to
random
dealing with lots of
Hawaiian
matchups,
girl
so
sitting in our
he could
living
be.
room?
But man, that first form team. I mean, and they tied.
Were
it
you
going
with us?
Torian. Just a serious stopper. That's looking really.
And still left, what, $3,300 on the board, too.
Yeah,
So
that was amazing.
impressive work out of Hodger Gracie, but we'll be rooting for Caleb Crump, you can be sure, to win that, get in the playoff.
Spider-Man was hilarious, Jack.
No one putting any respect on him here tonight.
He takes a walk, but he walks onto a great team in Toronto, and we'll see how they do as match day 1 kicks off tomorrow. Our draft is almost
Mango, why was
complete.
she
It is
there?
PGF
Because
World Season 7 powered by once
she
upon a
was
time.
having,
My pick is the
she
chocolate.
needed help, I
like
guess,
chocolate.
and our roommate,
Energy one, not the way. Was this it?
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
and
this
our
is mine.
roommate let her
This is the
in.
one I got.
Jack
gonna
said
lie,
yes,
all
and they needed
one's
money or a place to stay. I forgot.
Sparkling.
The chick needed.
Yeah, all right. We're
I
gonna
think she
take a
ended
quick
up. I
look,
think
add
she
some
did
more
get
shine
money,
to
not from
into
me
our
or my
alternate
other
portion
roommate,
of
but
our draft. It is PGF
she
World
needed a
Season
ride
7
across the
live in Las
island or
Vegas.
something. So our roommate let her come in and sit on her couch. I came walking in with. I think I had a case of beer on my shoulders because we just got back from Steak Plate, and we were gonna party, and. Yeah, dude, we walk. I saw a girl flip flops at the door, and I was like, "What the heck?" Walk in, and she's just sitting on the couch, and she's like, "Hi,"
love,
and I'm like,
and respect.
"Hi."
And that's exactly
what are you
what
doing
Epic
in my
Roll
house?
stands for.
Like,
When
who
you
are
meet
you?
Epic Roll, you're part of something bigger, a global tribe of grapplers that are all connected from their love of the sport. Our gear was created by black belts who know exactly how important comfort and durability are when it comes to your training gear. We know once you try Epic Roll, you'll see exactly what the hype is all about. Don't just do it. Be epic.
That is out of the movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Bullfight critics rank
Oh
in
gosh.
rows, fill the
I
enormous
tell you
plaza
what.
full.
I was in the military for
But
6
only
years,
one
and I feel like I could make a whole documentary out of all the stories and the things that me and my friends have been through, which I'm sure anyone can. But first of all, I'm lucky to be alive, and I can't believe I made it this far for sure. All the stupid stuff we've done.
The Door Traffic Miner is a simple way to earn crypto. There are 3 easy steps. Step 1, buy a DTM. Step 2, place it in a doorway at a home or business. Step 3, collect rewards in crypto for the data you provide. Join the revolution of datapreneurs mining real-time foot traffic data around.
I think this is interesting, this ad right here. This door data mining thing. You just, it tracks, it like pings every time the door opens. I'm going to have to look into that.
You are not your diagnosis. New Hope is changing the fight game. Heal faster, fight harder, compete for longer. New Hope Regeneration. Hope lives here.
Especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There's nothing casual about the sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output.
Mango, have you been to several countries? Yeah, I've been to several countries. I've been to, let's see. I say yeah, and I can't even name one. Now I've been to Sicily, Italy, Rhoda, Spain, Crete, and in Greece. I've been to Canada. That's not a stretch. I've been to El Salvador, Norway, Iceland, Japan. I've been to random islands out in the Pacific. Where else? Scotland. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Season 5 runner-up Kamoy Anderson, PGF veterans Travis Thomas, Fedor Nikolov, Cam Hurd, and more. All back and ready to leave their mark in Season 7.
Do I think Japan is overrated? I do personally, for sure. I'll be honest with you, and it's nothing against anyone for sure, but that's just not my type of like culture. You know, it seems like they are very animated over there. Like it's I respect them for sure. I respect them, but it's just not my speed, I guess. I'll tell you what. A funny story is me and a bunch of my buddies were walking into the store and we got pushed out. And the owner was like, he was like, no, get out. And we were like, okay. And then when we got out, he pushed us out. He pointed to a sign and it said, "No white people." And it was like, oh yeah, I feel you, man. I got you. No, not because of the tattoos, because I was white.
Starting November 3rd.
Yeah. But I respect it. I understand why. They have their reasons, and I understand them, and so I respect it. It's not my country, you know. But they're not hateful about it. It's just how it is.
Season 7 kicks off tomorrow with match day 1. We have our main rosters locked and loaded. Now it's time to draft our alternates. It could be the biggest X factor of the season. B-Mac, you want to outline?
I wanted to see this.
Sure. The alternates, so everybody's back to a blank slate. 2,000 points to each coach. And it's the same process, but you only got to pick 2 guys. So we have 8 alternates to pick from. Again, predetermined order. Steven's going to share those with us, and we'll bring them up one at a time. And again, I think this alternate draft, you said it, this could be the X factor on who actually ends up with the best team.
It's the final piece to the puzzle. The alternate's about to get drafted. We go back to the block. Take it away, Stephen Aiken.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for our alternates draft, where each team will start over fresh with 2,000 PGF points to bid on these athletes. You must have 100 points remaining to bid on an athlete. There can't be anybody that has 0, so you can't like max out your bids and not have a full team, okay? And so our first athlete up during the alternates draft, Abraham LaMontagne.
Which country has the best traffic?
All right,
I've
Abe,
always lived in LA and
good to have
wanted
you,
to
buddy.
travel somewhere I could
Really
drive
quick,
faster.
Just why should these guys pick you as an alternate on their team?
Well,
So in Italy-
I actually think I have one of the highest sub percentages of anybody on the entire roster. I've subbed like half the people that are actually in the PGF.
Hang on, I wanted to see this.
So there's that. I did 88 matches last year. I had a 70% sub rate. I've won 6 ADCC Opens in a row at the advanced. What else? I have 14 total medals in the ADCC Opens. I arguably could have been picked for ADCC, but they didn't want too many new wave guys. So
Hey, you guys take notes. This is how you should have did this when you came up here.
100%.
All right, let's have a seat right here, Abe. Can I call you Abe? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's start this bidding at 100 for Abe.
Someone's going to beat up Steve Aiken.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know he was from New Wave.
Hey, can we go?
I only thought David Asari was the only one from New Wave. That's pretty tight though.
I don't know what to do there.
B-Mac, you might need to get involved.
That's next level trolling. Yeah.
Can he choose where he wants to go if they all equally bid?
You got to make the call, Steven.
Hey, where you want to go?
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
The shoe's on the other foot.
I think that's a first in the PGF
What are we
history.
doing here? The bidding starts with, we got seminars in Dallas, we got seminars in London. Seminars in London.
He's got a passport.
He's got me in LA. I want guaranteed. Okay, who's on your team, Hodger? That's a good team.
This is hilarious.
Who do you got? Who you
He's
got?
going with Hodger Gracie
Davis
for
is mad
sure.
right now.
Well,
Free stem cells.
oh man, the free stem cells.
Hold on. Let me bring this over here to Master Carlos. Let me let him make his plea, his case for this thing right here, sir.
So,
And they cut the mic. Nah, they didn't cut it, but they just, come on, dude. He's saying, so basically...
you going to London for a seminar is too far. You
Uncle
know, the
Dana
pound for the
at it
dollar
again.
kind of sucks. I'm in Texas, bro. And plus, this guy's here, all your buds, and they are top guns, but look at me. You don't have a crystal ball. You say, oh, I'm going to go to the team that somebody might get hurt. Listen, this team here is the winning combination. So you're going to get something out of it no matter what. Hey, you got my seminar going in Texas, man. Come on now. And the other thing, too, by the way, when Gordon Ryan came to visit me, it was the largest seminar that he ever had up to then. But with that said, okay, let's not talk about that.
This has been the best part.
You know, you got to listen to reason. You have a good teammates here, and they need your help because it's not an assurance that with this long week that somebody may not get hurt. You want to see Davis, you know, needing you and up there, having you there? Sorry.
We got to pass the stick over here.
My friend, seminars everywhere, anywhere place. Just choose. Just choose where you want to go.
He has jiu-jitsu grip on the mic. Yeah, for sure.
Man, this is kind of...
This is awesome.
That's Travis's team right there.
I said this at the same time, 1900, but I don't think I was first. So, yeah. San Diego, baby. San Diego.
Do you want to say no? No? You got the Matt?
There's nothing else to say. Come to London, brother. You've been in this country long enough. Come to a new country. You need new horizons.
Matt, you want to say something too?
Oh, we got rock star money over here, brother.
That's a good point. All right, you got 5 seconds.
I'll go with Carlos Machado.
Hey, Martin to Entrana, 1,900 points.
Somehow the 21st grappler of the night was the most sought-after pick, and wow, I thought we were going to have our first match a moment ago, B-Mac.
That was awesome. that was my favorite part.
There was a lot going on there, and let me just say that you're the commissioner. You're the man who's supposed to play, you know, moderator, arbitrator, if you will. B-Mac does not care about being fair if he's entertained, and you just checked out of that. You're like, Stephen Aiken, I know you're the ring announcer. Figure it out.
Yeah, he's running the auction, dude. You know, he don't need my help. He's a grown man.
I mentioned Italian
Don't you
traffic.
dare
Yeah,
ever do
so
that to me, 'cause I would not handle it that way. I'd probably cry.
in Italy, I drove a lot actually, and
this week in a horribly uncomfortable fashion.
what they tell us is that the cops really don't care what you do as long as you're not driving drunk. And I guess that would look like as if you're swerving and going slow or just causing problems on the road. We actually would have a race there's two bases, and I think they were like 7 miles apart from each other, and a lot of us would try to see how fast we could get from one base to the other, and we'd kind of keep like tabs on it. So yeah, you could drive like crazy in Italy. But
I could see myself
more directed to what your question, you said which country has the best traffic. I would have to say hands down, either Iceland or Norway. Depending on where you're at, I would say you can get out there and there's no one, open roads forever, and it's pretty serene. I love it.
Will they get to pick where they go, or I don't know what's happening anymore, B-Mac, because she was on the other foot. Let's continue on. Stephen Aiken, take it away.
Our next athlete coming up in the alternate draft, Christos Papadelos. Christos, do we expect some similar
freak out?
Yeah, I just kind of ended up here. Thank you, B-Mac, for bringing me out here. I love PGF. I love B-Mac. This is all so sick. Yeah, guys, I wish I could give you a good reason to drop coin on me, but it's going to be tough. So if you take me and we lose, then that's on you. But
Hey, respect, man. We're glad to have you here, Christos. We're going to open the bidding for 100 at Christos. Anyway, 1,900 for New Hope. He won. He was first, clearly. That's it. winner, New Hope. Christos, congratulations. Sign the paper.
There you go, making it easy. New Hope Regeneration, $1,900 down for Christos Papadelos. And, man, we knew the money would be flying fast and furious. I didn't think it would
Would
be
I live
this
somewhere
aggressive,
incredibly
though,
cold
in
all the time?
our,
Where I
alternate
was stationed at in Norway, I was above the Arctic Circle. And honestly, during the summer times, we were standing outside in shorts and short sleeve shirt and shorts because we just got so used to the cold. It was probably like 48 and sunny, and man, that felt just perfect. It was like that was it. We were out in the field eating berries, just chilling. So incredibly cold? No, I would not. Absolutely not. Just because I like to do things that aren't in the cold. So.
bracket full of 205 pounders in Austin to make his way here.
All right, standing by.
But Norway wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad at all.
And you had an awesome performance at the qualifiers, only falling short to your teammate Sebastian. And last season, all the
and I had been
alternates
in
got
Norway
some
during the
action,
cold
and so
time
you
too,
expecting
so
to get
I
some
know
action
I've saw
and really
both sides
put
of it.
points up.
Yeah, like you just mentioned, 6 out of the 8 alternates last season got to compete. I'm expecting to compete. Obviously, very undersized, but like you mentioned, I did the qualifier. I won every single match I competed in, other than the one against my teammate in the finals. Submitted all of my opponents that I beat. So, yeah, I'm no stranger to fighting bigger guys. I know a thing or two about competing at 205.
I just wouldn't like humid weather. I don't like rain all the time.
The PGF and Brandon.
Yeah,
so big, and
I'm in the
just
south.
so blessed to be a
It
part
gets
of it.
pretty humid.
And it seems like there's
Just
a
have
lot
to
of,
learn how to
new
live with
wave
it.
members on
Travis
the
is
season.
from
Was this
Las
tournament something
Vegas,
that you guys were
so
kinda
he's
talking about
he's
and
more
something you were
or
excited about doing?
he was born in Orange County, I'm
Not in the
pretty
beginning, to
sure.
be honest. I saw it on
So
Smooth Comp. I was like, oh, there's a free
it took him a
comp
while
time.
to get used to
And I did it.
the humidity
And
when
now
he
I'm
moved
here.
out here.
So again, I
but
just can't thank PGF enough, and just thankful.
I
to
lived
be here.
in Washington
Yes,
State
now you
for a
could be
little
fighting
bit,
for
and it rained
100K.
all the
Congratulations,
freaking time.
Christos. It's going to be an amazing season.
That sucked. Everything was just wet
Actually,
all the
we're just
time.
around the corner. We're still in our draft. Alternates up for bid. We'll continue it now. Stephen Aiken.
Our next alternate to come up is the Nashville qualifier. He had 4 submissions at the Nashville qualifier, guys. He didn't make it all the way through there, but that's what earned his spot here. Davison Souza. Give it up. Give it up.
This guy was really excited.
Davison, you're very dangerous at the Nashville qualifier. You weren't able to quite get all the way through there, but you really proved that you're a dangerous guy right here. Yeah, it's Kyle Bain's fault, right? Yeah, for sure. We hate that guy. He sucks. His life's bad, though. So. How do you feel today, and which team would you like to land on if you could choose?
How's your grace?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's see if we can make that happen for you here, Davison. We'll open the bidding.
Man, even if I had enough
First
money,
one,
I wouldn't really
congratulations,
know
guys.
where to
We're
live
waiting.
nowadays.
How's your Gracie?
Yeah, you said you're from California.
Sound like that.
How's that going? You liking that? Me and
drama
Travis were in California a couple months ago. We went to San Diego. He competed at the Hard Rock Hotel
Just to show you,
for
if you don't necessarily
Subversive.
win the qualifier, you still might find your way to the PGF season. And
2K Red is rough no matter who you ask for sure. When I lived in Hawaii, we had it was actually it wasn't that big of a house. We shared it. It was like a duplex almost, and it was 3K. That is in Hawaii for sure, but yeah, 2K rent is not good. It sucks.
Then we're in for a treat.
Yeah, 3K in
All right, now
Hawaii.
maybe he's gonna do an interview with
It
Alex
was
or
more of a
we'll find out. Cut a
yeah.
promo.
It was a lot.
Jason,
Luck. That's what we had roommates, and so I only had to spend $1,000. But still, for what we got, I had my air conditioning unit was like in my room.
We can't wait to see it. Davison Souza.
Do I think I'm a good roommate? I think I am a good roommate. And I've had a lot of good roommates, and I've also had bad roommates.
He wanted to be on Hunter Gracie's team. That's where he's at.
I'm freaking 29 years old, and I've pretty much had roommates ever since I left
Our next athlete up for the alternate draft.
for the military when I was 18. But yeah, I think I kind of know what it takes to be a
Glad to
good
have you here,
roommate by
man.
now.
Man, what can
I'm
these
just
guys
I'm
expect
just
you
really
to
mindful of
successful at
others and their
Man, I'll be ready to scrap, that's for sure.
areas and
Made
stuff.
my
So
way at the Las Vegas
I care
qualifier.
about what
Lost
other people
two
think.
tough ones to Dory, respect to them. But I'm ready to compete, and when it's my time to go, if my name gets called, I'll be ready to go for sure.
All right, Drew, let's go ahead and have a seat, man. We'll go ahead and open up the bidding for Drew at 100. Does anybody have 100? 100?
That's respectable for sure.
Anybody 200?
You got roommates?
200. Anybody, you're the only one with money, right? 200. Sold Drew to Constellation.
Constellation Network getting Drew. And I still think it's amazing that.
Yeah, man, it sucks living with someone who just doesn't tickle your fancy. I mean,
yeah.
You live alone. Your parents
All right,
are
so
in
that
Japan,
was Drew
right on.
Dyer
Are they
going
from
to
Japan?
Team Constellation. And listen, man, Drew was really exciting in the Vegas qualifier. Like he said, he only lost to Dory, and Dory is the first person we've ever had come from the losers bracket, the consolation bracket, and win because the qualifiers.
Oh, okay,
are all double
right on.
elimination. And
They're
we've
Korean.
never had anybody come out of the losers bracket and make it into win the championship and win their way onto the PGF. Drew
Yeah,
actually beat Dory.
I only went to Okinawa, so I can't speak for like the mainland Japan.
It did count as a win, so let's get over there and find out what's going on.
We haven't taken a vacation in 2 years. I feel like I haven't taken a vacation in 2 years. But yeah, there's some nice things about Japan. The food, I love that type of food. So that's kind of what saved my life over there. I got to swim with a whale shark. That was pretty dope.
And what is it like training with a guy like Jeff Glover and being coached by him? I love him and his dog Liz.
Yeah, I mean, Liz is the best, first and foremost. But, you know, it's great. We have a lot of really great jiu-jitsu minds under our little roof.
There's people who actually
on the
cash in their
101 Del Mar,
vacation days, yeah.
A lot of good jiu-jitsu. Stoked to be here, and hope I get to show out some of the stuff that
Yeah,
Jeff
those
did
people who
and
actually
Will
work.
taught me over the years.
Yeah, the alternates from last season got some action in. So are you anticipating that you're going to get in, and what is the mindset going in?
Yeah, I mean, since I lost in the qualifier, I've been anticipating that I was going to get in, being ready to get in, and so my mindset is that there will be an opportunity at some point this week, and I'm going to be ready to go for sure.
Well, Drew, we cannot wait to see it. A very strong team you're going in with.
Draft day continues here in Las Vegas, halfway through our alternate picks. 4 down, 4 to go. For our next athlete up for bid, we go back to Stephen Aiken.
Our next grappler up for the alternate draft out of the Austin qualifier, Jack Bidwell. Jack, it's great to have you here, man. What can these guys expect from you if they put you on their team and you get a chance to play?
I'm strong. I'm fast. I'm excited. I'm the youngest person in the draft.
I was about to say, he looks pretty
make a
young.
Name for myself. Yeah.
He's ready to put everybody on notice. The youngest guy here. Last season, that really paid a dividend for somebody, if you guys were watching. So we'll open up the bidding here for Mr. Jack at 100. Does anybody have 100 for Jack? 100 first form. 200 Constellation. That's it. Nobody else can beat him. Constellation wins. 200 Jack Bidwell. Congratulations.
Dean Lister and Constellation Network getting Jack Bidwell, $200, and no one else really had any money, B-Man.
Yeah, everybody else is just left with 100. So I'm actually curious how that's going to play out with these last 3. It's going to have to be like a fight for the last guy every time.
Are you going to insert yourself? You
Nah,
put on poor Stephen Aiken?
I like watching the chaos, to be honest with you. It pleases me.
Like I said, you're all about that entertainment factor. If you're entertained, everybody wins.
Yeah, it's good.
It's almost like you own the whole thing, and it's yours. You're the commissioner.
It's true.
It's true. All right. Alex, take it away.
Sometimes I feel a little awkward watching this. I don't know. They just put. I don't know. I don't know why I get like third hand or what is it called? Second hand embarrassment.
In jiu-jitsu ever. So what kind of energy are you looking to bring into the PGF season?
I'm definitely looking to bring a lot of that energy that you see with the Tackett brothers. I've been training with them basically daily. I've really been up in my game. I'm young and I'm fast and I'm strong, but I'm also very technical. So I'm excited to bring all that.
Yes, definitely
Nice.
so much talent over there in Austin, and it is going to be a long season. Injuries can happen, so I'm sure you're going to be staying mentally ready for the call out whenever it comes.
Yeah, absolutely. If I get the opportunity to go in, I'm going to take the ball and run with it. So I'm not just here to sit around. So
Love it. Well, Jack Bidwell, we cannot wait to see the action. Congrats, my friend.
We'll see if Jack gets into our regular season match day.
Oh yeah, he's for sure nervous. That's a lot of pressure on these guys.
In our alternate draft, Stephen Aiken.
Even Travis, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure he's feeling it, but he's his level of jiu-jitsu is just up here with these guys. Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he won't catch you this time, he'll catch you next time for sure.
Glad to have you here, dude. What can these guys expect if you end up on their team and you get a chance to play?
I just want to tell everyone at home, I feel like I represent the people. I'm a 30-year-old accountant from Ohio that clearly needs therapy, but there's a reason I'm here, and I'm excited to get a chance to step out there and put on a show.
Needs therapy,
The
huh?
People's champ. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, Jacob. Anybody got 100 for Jacob? Oh, the cameraman was kind of blocking you. I'm going to have to go with New Hope for the 100. New Hope wins 100.
New Hope Regeneration getting Jacob Howarth. I mean, it's basically puts their hand up first.
Yeah, that's what it's going to have to be at this point.
That's crazy.
Jacob's tough, though, man. He had a really good showing at the Nashville qualifier. I took a lot of guys out of that Nashville qualifier. We took Kyle came out of there. Kyle Boehm came out of there. And then Davison, Jacob, Schneider came out of there. That was that was the most stacked qualifier that we had of all of the ones that we ran in the preseason. So he looked great at a stacked qualifier. What can you say?
All right, now Jacob standing by with Alex.
Jacob Howarth being an alternate for Team New Hope Regeneration, who is also the stem cell service that will be providing stem cells to the winning team of the season. So how does that feel knowing that you're going to their team?
I'm definitely going to need it. I'm 30 years old, so keep that in mind. But it's better than gym class because I wasn't the last pick. So.
Yes, and you said that you needed some therapy as well. But how much is
I feel like
your
he's
therapy?
not
And
even.
once you're gonna
I
get
feel
to
like
a
he's
win,
like
that'll be
middle
therapy
aged for this
So I want to be clear.
compared to
I
the
don't
other
think
guys. I don't
jiu-jitsu's
think 30's
therapy,
that old.
But I do like to phrase it like this. If you go into jiu-jitsu class and let's say, everything you're carrying is baggage and it's very heavy, when you walk out, those bags are a lot lighter. So that's what I love about it.
I feel
Wow.
you 100%, and I think a lot of people watching at home can resonate with that message as well. Jacob, congrats. We cannot wait to see what you do this season.
There he is, Jacob, ready to answer the call should it be made in our regular season.
You know what I didn't like?
What?
I didn't like how he kept saying, I'm 30. Like that was old.
I know, I'm 10 years older than that.
I thought you were way older than that.
Uh-oh. Just did. You're lying. No, just kidding.
Our next athlete up from the ultimate
Oh, shoot.
Las Vegas qualifier, Chris
Not good old
Olivo.
TJ DeSantis.
Ooh. By far the swaggiest dude at the draft.
What's up, brother? You've been sitting over there, patiently waiting, looking all fly, ready to go, huh? What can we expect from you this season?
Ooh, a lot of dynamicness. A lot of you guys don't know me. I'm a Drysdale black belt. Super dangerous. I'm here to mess you guys up, to be honest with you.
That's what's up. Let's go ahead. We'll
If you
open
get
it
to
up really
compete.
quick at 100.
Caveat.
100 to Entrana. Entrana wins. Chris Olivo, Mr. Carlos Machado.
That's a dude. They got Abe and Chris as their alternates. That's a big win for Entrana.
And just look at it. He got the looks to kill.
And cut a nice little promo too. What's up?
He didn't even get to sit down. $100 gone. Team Entrana. I should dress like that, B-Mac. I'll look younger if I dress like that.
I don't think any of us want that at all, TJ. I actually think that that's one of the worst things that's ever been said on a broadcast of any variety.
It's going to be a long week with you here in Las Vegas.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Alex.
Is joining me now. You're looking fresh. You're looking fly. Thank you. And now you're being added to Carlos Machado's team, which is a stacked team. How do you feel about that?
Feels good. That was a winning team last time, so I'm excited to be a part of a winning team. I'm here to let my demons out, and looks like we got some demons on that team. So.
And you're representing Zenith
Let your
Jiu-Jitsu,
demons
so
out.
What do you plan to
And they're on
showcase
your
this
team.
PGF
Okay.
season?
Man, I'm good everywhere. I'm super dynamic. I can wrestle. I can footlock you. I can grab your neck. I can choke you. I can smack you in the face.
Footlock.
Like we're gonna scrap wherever it goes.
There's going to be a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of
Can't wait to see how the outfits
leg lock,
continue
ankle
on
lock,
throughout the rest
toe
of the
hold.
time.
Like there's going to be tons of like
I think Chris
submissions
might have watched, previous season
in
of
this season. I
PGF
think
when someone
it's just
smacked
my
someone in the
prediction,
face really hard. Remember when that happened last
which I'm
year?
not
Yeah,
a
that
fan
happened
of,
a lot.
but
That's
a
true.
win's a
Yeah,
win.
especially when Jet Thompson was on the mat. He was getting hit a lot because he was.
Yeah, Andy gave him the sauce in the final. Remember, everybody got really upset about that. They did not like that.
Oh man, we get to kick it all off again tomorrow. It's so exciting.
Dude, Chris cut the best promo so far. Huh?
Oh yeah, There's a lot to admire about Chris's style.
Yeah.
On the mat, off the mat.
This is big though, honestly. The two, and we said before, the whole thing could come down to who has the best alternates.
Right.
It's going to be hard to beat those two, Abe and Chris as your alternates, and then your squad is Carlton, Asare, Haddad, Porfirio, and Crump. That's pretty serious, man. That's a pretty serious squad.
Well, we close out our draft with one familiar face, one man left to find a team. Back to the block with Stephen A.
Our final athlete up for the alternate draft is a PGF veteran for multiple seasons, and he was an active member of the Epic Roll winning team in Season 5. Sam Schwartzapfel.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah.
And as Sam's making his walk down here,
He's been
I know
around.
he's really excited.
I think he trains under Eddie,
you're gonna end up
too.
with Hodger
He's
first
wearing
form.
Eddie's brand on his shirt.
I know that. How you feeling now?
I feel good. Yeah.
What can we expect from you?
Say I'm already picked, so 3 for 3 with the best guys. So I'm happy to be there.
All right, let's go. We'll bring you guys on up here. We'll make it official. Sign in, take some little pictures. Congratulations.
Not his first rodeo, but he's on team first form. Sam Schwartzapfel finding a home with Roger Gracie. Sam has been a staple here in PGF, and excited to see him potentially back in Season 7 should he get the call.
Yeah, Sam's very exciting. He's always good for a couple of highlights in his matches, and if he had a video that went super viral.
He's a dog for sure.
On a knee tap to arm lock that he hit at the US when they went over to Kansas.
Who is my favorite, Gracie?
You know what I mean. Anyway, he had a video that went super viral. He always hits that knee tap into the arm lock. He did it at PGF. And both
It would
seasons
have
that
to
he's been
be
in as
probably
well,
OG
so-
Hoist
Yeah,
Gracie.
Sam, looking to get crazy.
I mean, that was the
Not his
first Gracie I
rodeo.
ever
We'll see
heard
if the
about.
call comes for Sam to take the mat in one of our
From my
matches. The
understanding,
call
he
now
kind
comes
of
from doing an interview with Alex.
led the way as
Standing
far as
by
Brazilian
with Sam
Jiu-Jitsu goes
Schwartz,
in
and
the,
he's
in the
rocking
States.
that pro
I think
pen
he brought
gear.
it.
I'm assuming
What was that
it won't be
competition
on the
called?
pro pen stuff,
The
or
old
maybe
fighting
you will 'cause you're an
competition.
alternate, so you could just be chilling on the sideline.
Either
Gosh,
way,
I can't think of it right now,
it's gonna
but
be used.
I mean, he kind of showed that like it doesn't matter. In my opinion, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't even know who's on the team.
He
I
showed
can't, like,
people
keep
that
track. It goes
in
so
jiu-jitsu
slow,
it doesn't
I
matter
get
the
so
size.
tired, but
Have you been affected by the contact high of Eddie Bravo or something?
yeah.
You can't remember who's on the team.
I needed to go about I think I took 3 breaks to go take dabs in my car. So
Well, it's going to be an amazing
Good
season.
grief.
You guys are
Shoo!
being chosen for that team first.
Buddy's
form.
out here
It's gonna be an
dabbing it
amazing
up.
season. Sam Schwartz.
What about you,
A
Mango?
familiar face, to say the least.
You got a favorite
Sam
Gracie?
Schwartzapfel, the final member to be drafted on Team Hodger Gracie's first form team. They are the alternate, or he is the alternate for their team, and they're a front runner to say the least. BMAC, we saw them come out aggressive in our draft, and
Oh,
you know,
most
safe to say, many
definitely.
people
If you're
already
carrying
thought
that,
about
if you
what
don't think
Hodger
you can
Gracie's
carry the
gonna do.
Gracie name, you better go find something
I think when you
else
look on
and do
paper,
well for yourself.
That's got to be your.
You
your
like
pick.
Roger
Like,
the
if
most?
If you're making bets on who's going to come out with the $100,000, I would put my money down on that first form team.
When I was in Hawaii, I trained under a guy who I forgot which
gotta
Gracie
say
he got his black
that
belt from,
Infrana
but the head
because of the
coach
way the
there,
alternate shook
it was
out,
gi jiu-jitsu,
That could be a
and
serious factor. I think that actually will.
it's
be
pretty.
a
It
very
was
serious
it's
factor,
pretty
and I
tight.
think
I only did it for a little bit, but
man, it just depends on how it plays out. You know, those alternates are gonna get.
and
some
like I
playing
said,
time, and
Travis
those
didn't even
alternates,
know
like Gabe said, he's
who
beaten a lot of the guys that are actually on the roster. at
Roger
some point.
Gracie was.
Yeah, you know, we were talking earlier, and Egg
You
had
can watch
said
some of
about
his
Jason Anderson
interviews, and he's
Fantasy
like, "Oh, I didn't know
Corner.
who
Egg,
that
you were
was."
talking about the alternates last year. We had 8 sitting ready on the sideline, and 6 of them actually saw regular season action.
That's right, and actually it did change how the season went because last season we had some people that, you know, those alternates were a little bit lower quality competitors. You know, they're still great, but they just weren't quite the same class. And so when those guys started coming in, well, the other teams were just licking their lips, and they were getting those kills. So you saw the opposing teams when they got a chance to go after the
It's
alternates.
pretty crazy that one day that Gracie started challenging people to fights.
Man, if Abe
Yeah.
gets in, I don't think the other teams will be licking their lips.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said to me, Abraham better go for 1,900 right before, and sure enough, all 4 coaches right out of the gate. So it'd be interesting. But BMAC, your point's well taken. I think we'll
So
see
Mango,
those
do you
guys, and,
grapple?
I can't wait
What
to
do,
see
what do
all
you
these
do?
guys
I know you
scrap.
said
No
you went to a
more-
couple
no
of
more of
wrestling
this. Let's get
practices.
on the mats.
You know, I honestly thought we were going to see our
Crap
first
would
match
not fly
during
nowadays.
That
Yeah,
alternate.
Carlos
was gonna fight somebody.
Yeah. I mean, he was ready to take down it. I mean, he argued for Abe. He made a good case, and
He got up out of his chair. He came after Steven, dude. Steven, you almost had to fight Carlos Machado tonight. That was close.
His mic's off. That's all right.
That was crazy, dude. That was my favorite moment of the draft, I think, is when he got rowdy and tried to come after Steven.
Yeah, we always talk about how draft night is one of the best nights for PGF. Everything kicks off here. The teams, come to form, and we get ready for a very exciting week of jiu-jitsu. But it's still funny how the best night of a jiu-jitsu event doesn't really actually feature any jiu-jitsu.
Well, it's the best night in that it's totally unique and totally different.
It's different.
But let's be honest. Nothing beats live sports. And the PGF is everything you love about sports plus jiu-jitsu. And we're going to get a lot of jiu-jitsu going down this week. 120 matches. So listen, here's how it's going to go down. Every night this week, Monday through Thursday, at 4 p.m. Vegas time, the regular season's going down. Each team's going to march out there. We're going to have 30 matches every night, and it's all going down free on YouTube. TJ, you can't forget about the fantasy app, pgf.global, free to play fantasy, but you can even get in and get a little skin in the game, play for some prizes. pgf.global, you can sign up tonight. All the schedule, all the teams, all the fantasy, that'll all be up and running. Me and Keelan are going to get in and crunch these numbers and put all the stuff into the computers, and we're going to produce a schedule. And when we wake up tomorrow, it's all going to be done and ready to go. And PGF
You did
will be
jiu-jitsu
ready to
for
kick
5
off.
years.
The
It's never consistent,
pleasantries
so
are
I'm a
done.
white belt. I don't
the
currently train.
pageantry is
Same.
done.
That's like same here. I
is
don't.
over.
You could throw the names
when the
at me.
action really
Hey,
starts.
dude,
Since
even
match
some of
day
the
one,
Gracie
there's
stuff,
4
like
regular
I'm a little
season
shaky
match
on. I'm
days,
not.
all available
I'm
for
a
you,
I'm
4
a white
p.m.
belt for
Pacific
sure.
on YouTube, and then
If
after
it
we
wasn't for
crown
my
a
my
regular season team winner,
wrestling
by the way,
background, I don't
split
think I would have ever
$100,000. We
enjoyed
give way to an
jiu-jitsu.
8-man,
Probably.
one-night EBI rules tournament to crown our
It helped me out a
individual
lot.
winner. $20,000
There's definitely
is
a big,
on the
a
line,
good
and,
transition.
man, you have to expect the unexpected. It is the gauntlet, the most unique.
I plan on
submission
training
battle
soon.
that is
It's just
live
I got to
here
get
in Las
in a
Vegas.
position in
It's
life where I
must-see
have
TV night
the
after
time,
night after
basically.
night, and the draft definitely delivered as well. I just want to say, BMAC, I think our coaches were incredibly well studied. They were prepared tonight, and we saw them, strategically work their way to what could be a $100,000 payday for their teams.
I'm really excited about the way this all shook out. Honestly, TJ, I'm just ready to get to work tonight and see what the schedule looks like so we can start talking about these matchups.
All right, so are we done? Are we going to wrap up here?
I think let's wrap it, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got work to do, man. I got a long night in front of me.
The commish, he's a hardworking man here in Las Vegas. So, again, the go-home message, PGF Match Day 1 tomorrow, live, 4 p.m. on YouTube, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 7 in the East. You do not want to miss a single match of PGF.
That'll be 8 o'clock
Season
here,
7. $100,000 is
Central
on the
Time.
line, and it
Like,
goes
or I'm
down
sorry.
tomorrow right here for Match
Yeah,
Day
8
1
o'clock Central
in Las
Time
Vegas.
here.
What happens on Friday?
It starts 4.
I said we give way to our 8-man tournament.
Is it going to be on UFC?
Las Vegas
Fight
time
Pass?
is what they said. I don't remember if that's.
the big thing that we got to make sure you guys know. You have
I
to
don't
be a
think there's
subscriber
anything
to UFC
harder
Fight
than
Pass and watch
being
the
a
playoffs.
fresh white
So
belt.
make sure you get on there. There's a lot of good
I
reasons to
honestly
sign up
don't
for
even
Fight Pass.
remember what
Grappling is
I thought
turning out
about
to be one of
jiu-jitsu
them. You
before I
think
started.
UFC, you think mixed martial arts. We just got done
You
with
were
the Fight Pass
definitely
Invitational. Another
overconfident
one's
in your
headed their
strength,
way.
though.
Wrestling over there now?
I mean, dude,
That's
strength is a
White
big part of
Library?
it, but
Yeah,
like,
that's
if
my
you
big
just
thing.
grab the
Ground
wrong
control,
thing
you
on
and I do that
someone or
over there.
put your
There's a lot of
hand
things I
somewhere.
like about UFC Fight Pass.
Follow PGF on all platforms. Follow us on X. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. It's
Yeah,
all
you can get
at
caught.
PGF World. Throw us out of here, TJ.
I got
Hashtag
lucky in being
PGF
strong too
7.
for
All
my
right, for the commish,
size.
B-Mac, Brandon McCatherine, I'm TJ DeSantis.
Sounds
For
like they're
Jason
closing
Anik,
it
Egghead,
out.
We'll see you tomorrow right here in Las Vegas. It's PGF World Season 7, powered by Once Upon a Coconut.
Well, there we go. that does it for the draft. Our boy Travis is with Team New Hope. Yeah, see how it goes. I appreciate everyone watching for sure. Thanks, Mango, for hanging out. Let's see what you say. I've met crazy people and just yeah. You're not gonna you will. Yeah, if you want to go find someone crazy and be for sure, like go to any jiu-jitsu gym. I feel like, in my opinion. Yeah, dude, Mango. If you want to come over and watch the grappling happen tomorrow, it all starts tomorrow. I think 4 p.m. your time. But shoot, give us a follow and turn on the little notification thingy. I don't know how that works. You do. But again, thanks for hanging out, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. Until if you don't have crazy people in your gym. If you don't have crazy people in your gym, you haven't found them yet. Yeah. It's just a matter of time at that point, I think. But cool. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Again, thanks, guys. Till next time, which is tomorrow. We'll see y'all.